Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Jordan.
Hello, OrnLu.
Yeah, welcome
this
to
should be-
day 4.
Yes, day 4.
There we go.
Here we have.
Oh, there we
the
go. It's
4.
in the title.
Yes.
Welcome to NAC2, joined by the lovely Jordan23, procaster extraordinaire.
Hey guys, how's it going? OrnLu, first time we casting together.
Yeah,
Are you excited?
no, I mean yes, yes. No,
Okay,
it
why
should-
not?
no, this should be a lot of fun. Going to
Yeah.
be casting some Nicov v Fire.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the first time I will ever cast those guys as well. So everything is new. Should be good series.
Should
Both of them have, as far as I know, 1 win, 2
y-
losses. So
Yes, so this is a very important match.
exactly.
The loser of this match is definitely going to be eliminated, I think.
Not
No,
not
no, no.
100%. No.
I think-
both of them are still not in the best.
Yeah,
position,
yeah.
But both of them are still fine.
It's definitely very critical for both these players to win if you want to have, total control over going, moving on to the bracket playoff stage.
Exactly. I'm the one with the toughest position right now because I have 3 losses, 0 wins. But even for me, there's still a shot. Let's see how it is going
So
today
you're
against
saying
DauT.
there's a chance?
Yes, I believe. Depends how
Uh,
it is going against DauT today. But yeah, anyway, Fire against Nicov should be a very interesting matchup for sure. Let's see how it's going. I'm not sure if they are already starting the draft. They're setting themselves up, I guess. And now we just have to wait. They have to put on their microphone so we hear something about their stuff as well, obviously. Otherwise it won't work.
that would be kind of unfortunate. But what are you thinking that the type of maps that these guys are going to favor?
So I'm pretty sure Fire will go for some tricky maps like Coast to Mountain or
Tide Pool?
Tide Pool.
I think he's been a big fan of Tide Pool.
Yeah, but you can also see that Nicov has picked that one against me and also against Viper. So Nicov is very comfortable on that map as well. So Fire will most likely go for Flooded Cross and Coast to Mountain. That's what I'm assuming, at least. Oh, one sec.
Who do I think will win?
So I assume Nicov will win.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's going to be a
Epic rehydration.
honestly a 3-0 or a 3-1 because Nicov feels to be a more stable, better player in terms of strategy. When Fire is able to drag it out to the
Yeah,
long game,
I-
then most likely Fire is about to win this game because the game because he's stronger Imperial Age player.
Yeah,
um,
definitely.
So let's see. What do you think?
I remember. I think in the AOE
Tide
Zone
Pool.
prediction thread, I did Nicov 3-1. So
3-1.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
same reasoning as you.
Yeah.
Rehydration and then Tide Pool will be our first 2 maps.
Oh, okay. One sec. Can you
Yeah,
go a bit more to the right hand side so I'm not half cut off? Perfect.
there we go.
Okay, so Nicov has
Yeah.
gone for rehydration and Fire apparently has gone for Tide Pool. What do you think about these maps?
They're both. Well, I guess rehydration's like a little bit different from a standard map, but
The one
you can
goes to
still.
mountain.
What was that? Getting RF. I guess a little bit interesting since Fire definitely seems to enjoy the late game, but I guess not wanting to go into that against Nicov. Coast to Mountain, banned from
CSTH.
Nicov.
That's very interesting. Fire is banning Regicide Fortress. That's kind of
Stupid map.
surprising me because Regicide Fortress is kind of a map where you're kinda safe and
Okay,
most
I
likely go into the
ban-
Imperial Age game. Where I see Fire a bit having the edge there over
Damn
Nicov,
madness.
but
Yeah, me as well.
okay, then let's see. So Nicov has gone for Coast to Mountain and Size the Hump. Size the Hump is such a tricky map. I'm not sure if Fire would have gone for that one anyway. But okay, just Nicov wants to get rid of that one.
And then Fire banning Land Madness.
Yeah.
That was the map that Nicov almost won against Viper.
Yeah,
Almost.
Yeah.
So it definitely looked pretty good there.
exactly. And he also almost won against
Wait.
Viper as well. Against
Uh,
Liereyy. Against Liereyy. Right?
Oh,
so
yeah, good point.
Exactly. So
I think I was
it's-
even casting that series.
Yeah, could be. So,
Prairie.
Prairie. Okay, for Fire. And then last map for Nicov, what it
Gold
is
Rush.
going to be.
Gold
Most
Rush.
likely something. Maybe
Echoes,
Gold
right?
Rush or Graveyards. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
something like that.
Gold Rush. There you go.
Gold Rush it is, guys. So we have game 1, Arabia, as set. Obviously, then we have Rehydration
Who
and
hosts the
Tidepool.
draft?
And after that, home maps Fire, Prairie, and Nicov gone for Gold Rush. So now, guys, we have to set up ourselves for the Civ draft. And
Nico
we are
one step
just
ahead of me. As I'm
Send me
typing,
the one
post the
private.
link when you're ready. He just
This is the
yeah,
one
it's
right
always
from me.
it's always a bit
Huh?
hard.
This,
Can
link
you hear
is
them
the
properly?
is mine, right?
they're very
Just
quiet.
They're very, very low. Super low.
And I think we are good. Of course, they're not going to be talking too much during the actual drafting phase here, but
Yeah.
of course we're going to want to hear them for the ban bit.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, it would be hard. Can you maybe tell them to
Okay.
talk a bit so we can? Ah, but it seems better now. I heard someone breathing, and I heard very well. Let's see. Talk a bit. Yes. Let's see. Talk, guys.
Hello. Testing.
The breathing is going well, very well.
Good. We want our players to be breathing.
Yes. That's a good testing.
Aztecs, shocker.
Are they? They're not talking, are they? They're
Oh, they're focusing on the
it.
draft.
Yes. So we have Nicov going for Aztec. Fire on the other side has gone for Mayans, and most likely, let's see, Chinese.
Chinese?
Slavs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese. Okay. So that's kind of the 3 go-to picks.
Indeed, indeed. But I think that you still do need to pick these civs even if they're going to get banned, just because you need to force the ban. As the whole banning aspect of this draft, I think, has really played an important role in a lot of these series so far.
Yeah.
As you do not want to get screwed with a civilization that is not as OP as you need to be on a certain map.
Exactly. And those civs, you know, they're super strong, just in overall. Especially on some maps like Indians on Rehydration, you don't want to face Indians on Rehydration, right? So the banning is very, very good as well. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
adds so much mixture into it. Okay, so Nicov has gone for Japanese, a very quick pick there, and Slavs.
Yep.
Okay.
Japanese almost certainly going to be for Tidepool. Slavs can kind of slot in almost everywhere. Mongols, Prairie probably.
Most likely, yeah. Mongols is a very good civ for Prairie, as you said. Maybe even the strongest because of the extra hunt.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also use them on Gold Rush or Rehydration, or Arabia even. So very versatile civ as well. Fire going for Indians, I'm pretty sure that is going to be banned by Nicov.
But that, you know, if indeed Indians is banned, which they should be, that will leave either Mayans or Chinese available for Fire, or even Mongols. I think his draft's looking pretty nice so far.
Yeah, it's looking very, very good. Indeed, I agree. So, Nicov seems to be focused. Very, very focused.
Or sleepy.
Either way. But yeah, so he's going for Berbers and Huns. Obviously solid picks as well.
I mean, we've been kind of working with the same maybe 13 to 14 civs throughout most of the tournament so far. It's just more of a matter of what order they pick them in and how that interacts with the map pool and the bans.
Exactly. We have not seen Teuton so far. I'm very sad with that. Even I don't pick them.
You know, you can be the difference you want to be.
You know, the good thing is most likely won't have any impact on the result anyway, so I could go for that. But
Mass Teutonic Knights, let's go.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so Fire has gone for Incas and Italians. Okay, so yeah, I guess Italians for Tidepool, that obviously makes sense. Most likely he will do that.
Yep. Spanish. Where do you think Spanish are going to be the strongest that we don't have the sort of obvious RF pick for them?
Gold Rush. Spanish will do very well there, most likely. I don't really see them on Prairie, but could also be used there. And you could also pull off something very tricky on Tidepool with Spanish. So
yeah, certainly.
Spanish is also very versatile. So, but I would most likely fade them on Gold Rush.
Mm-hmm. Vikings pick from Nicov. They've been a very successful civ so far this tournament. Definitely have a very high win rate. Obviously, we have a fairly small sample size, but I still think it is interesting to note that just the sheer economy power that you get on any map, and you can make a lot of damage happen with like crossbows and the Castle Age stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of underrated 1v1 civ, so their economy bonus is just so strong. The free wheelbarrow and hand cart
Oh yeah.
really helps. Indeed. I'm just setting myself up comfortably. Okay, so we have all the civs now. They can go for the bans. Fire's last pick was Celt, a very solid
I always forget one
civ
first.
choice as well. And I'm wondering Franks is not included here.
Even if I
So
read it.
Well, we
Who
don't have
plays
Land
event first, right?
Madness.
yeah, but still
Must be.
Franks is just a
No.
very strong civ overall.
Yeah, no, I've been surprised we've been seeing civs like, Celts and Vikings picked over Franks.
Yeah.
Or, say, Magyars, which I think are both really strong civilizations.
Yeah.
But I think just Celts, Vikings, they're just so solid with their economies. People are very comfortable and familiar with them, playing them since, the AOC days.
Yes.
And so you can kind of have a very intuitive game plan most of the time.
Exactly, exactly. And the issues with Magyars is they don't really have economy bonus, which
Yeah.
the other civs have, so
I thought people might want to pick them on, like, Prairie or something, because you have the 2 scouts with free forging.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm no pro.
Almost. Maybe one will pick it.
Oh, they're confused on the band format. Yeah.
It is
It is ABBA.
Abba.
ABBA. ABAB?
I think it's
B-A-A-B.
it's fire, Nico fire.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. It's ABA.
No.
Wait.
B-B.
I ban
BA?
Aztecs and Slavs.
Like the last pick was Celts, right?
Write
Yeah.
it.
Then he has the first man.
Okay.
No.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
Disaster.
What to do anymore? They just ban yours.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
I mean, it might matter to some small degree.
Yeah, it does. But
Nicov and Fire laughing because I said I was a noob in the game lobby. So you're going to be seeing Mayans, Aztecs, Slavs, Indians banned. So
okay, they're starting over. So Nicov bans Indians. Okay, never mind. I think they have all the bans now.
yeah.
So Fire has gone for Aztec and Slavs.
And I just need to move this.
To
guy
ban
over.
Mayans and Indians, right?
Aztec and Slavs, perfect.
So we don't see the 1-2 ban. We do see slight difference. We see the focus on the Indians there from Nicov. Obviously, we were mentioning how strong they are in rehydration. You don't want to deal with the faster working fishermen on a map that has a bajillion fish.
Yes, exactly.
And now they're getting up.
Yeah, they're preparing themselves. I guess
I was literally getting ready to type 14, and they get up.
they're pretty early with their break. Usually it happens after first or the second game, but why not?
So let's think about this here. We do get to see some pretty high power level civs make it through. Aztecs not getting banned is pretty. Oh wait, no, Aztecs were banned, right? Yeah, Aztecs and Slavs. Oh, sorry, it's on. It just started on Japanese.
Here we go.
My bad.
Would have been very surprising
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Aztec weren't banned.
I made the mistake of thinking that the X's were on the right location. But yeah, that is correct now.
Okay, we can look at that now. So Arabia, first map. What do you think? Which civs we are going to see on the?
I think most of these civilizations are pretty strong on Arabia. I think it's more of how do the rest of the maps fit in. I think Huns are always going to be a safe pick on Arabia. We've been seeing that a ton, especially because people like to sort of, dip their toes into the series with a very sort of safe and familiar civ on a, safe and familiar map.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a possibility here from Nicov, especially since there isn't a flooded cross where Huns are also really strong to compete for that slot. And then for Fire, honestly, Chinese I think would make. Well, I guess Chinese might save them for rehydration. Maybe Incas?
I'm thinking myself now. So Hans on Arabia, yes, we have seen them a lot already. So that's kind of a safe pick, as you said. And for Fire, interesting. Chinese, I would go for Chinese most likely.
Yeah, I was thinking Chinese just because they're a solid all-around civilization, especially with the sheep under the TC.
That helps a lot.
It helps a lot.
Yes, that's literally around 2 villagers which are
Yeah,
ahead.
between 1.5 to 2
others.
villagers ahead, depending, which is
Yeah,
like from the very beginning of the game. That's just insane.
yeah, it is. It is.
It's
And that's why Chinese is one of the best civs here in this settings, right?
like reminds me of like the old Age of Kings, where you only had the -50 food or 150 food, and
Yeah.
Chinese was like insanely strong.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're now jumping into the game. Game 1, Arabia.
I did play yesterday. So.
Oh,
Nili is added. It's changing something, guys. Give us a sec. We're jumping into the game in a few seconds. Oh yeah, it's much better. I hope they did not change the password. Okay,
yeah.
game sound. And then, guys, we are good to go. A few more
Where's
seconds.
the audio
You
setting?
have to click right click.
Oh, is it right click?
Right click. And then
Open volume mixer.
sounds. Yeah, exactly.
Here we are. Oh, there it is.
25.
I think it's 50 now.
50? Okay. Doubled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, everybody. Sorry for that slight delay. Have to change the scene back. But I think we are good to go. Getting there in the end, and it will actually be a pretty surprising matchup. We will have Nicov in the blue here to the east of the map as the Berbers, and our player in the west in the red as the Celts. It will be Fire.
And you can already see Fire is doing a better job with the deer luring than Nili.
Oh, feels Nili, man.
You know, I just watched that very first time in my life, and I just had to laugh so hard.
It was pretty funny. I saw it like a couple days ago.
I was crying.
Oh man.
That is too good.
Those things happen to everybody. It's just something you gotta
Yeah.
take in stride.
Oh man, it's too good. But okay, so we have Celts against, what was the other one? Berbers. Okay,
Berbers.
very nice civs here. So Nicov has not gone for Hans, which is kind of surprising. But you know, also you always have to think about the mind games, and the mind games are very, very big here in such a high stake tournament. Berbers against Celts. Both civs are super strong.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think both civs are totally solid. Both civs probably more inclined to go for the late game. Celts probably more likely than almost any other civ to want to go for a drush into either flush or fast castle. Berbers, I mean, obviously they can do sort of anything in the early game, but they really start to shine in the castle age, so we might see a lot of castle age play here.
Let's see. So I guess Celts will most likely go for the men-at-arms because that's kind of the meta, and men-at-arms are just a lovely unit. And you know, the Celts infantry, they are just faster compared to the other civs, so it's always a very good choice to go for them. I'm just wondering, 2, 4, 6. We have 6 sheep here for Fire under the town center. I guess he
He took
boar a bit earlier than usual.
And he had the one extra deer.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But that's just something you go for in such a tournament because you really want to ensure that all your food and resources are under your control and not being lamed by your opponent, right?
Yeah, we do have Fire Scout here. Check the player POV. You can see he was probably looking to go for the lame, really scouting around the edges of his opponent's base. However, both boars under the TC here for Mr. Nicov. Neither player wanting to deal with a laming situation, which I think provides a good segue in talking about these maps. Deer, really nice and convenient for the mill of Nicov. That's always nice. Nice wood line in the back as well. The hill in the front seems a little bit annoying with the stone, but I think you can wall across it and at least be relatively okay. I mean, what do you think, Jordan?
I really, really like his map, to be honest. Like, it's not the best, of course,
Mhm.
but you can see he's setting himself up nicely already. So on the southern part of his base, where his deers are, he's already walling because he doesn't want to take any risks that this hill is being controlled by fire. So he just kind of you know, take some precautions, which is nice. He will most likely wall here on the left hand side where his horses are as well, and then I guess adding a barrack and a stable, and you know, walling also on the right hand side where his main goal door is, and then he should be fine from any militia shenanigans.
I totally agree. Meanwhile, looking at the base of Fire, this is very open.
Yes, it is very
Gold
open.
in the front,
Exactly.
huge hill in the middle of the map. That's going to be kind of annoying because it's not like he can wall this hill comfortably, and it's just, I feel like, possibly going to provide an excellent staging point for any attack from Nicov. But Fire is, he is sick and tired of being sick and tired. These villagers are out for vengeance.
Oh yeah, and the good thing for Nicov is he spotted it immediately. So very nice timing here by Nicov. And I'm just wondering what Fire is about to do. So he's apparently, I'm just looking at the minimap, he's not going for any gold. So most likely no militia, obviously, as they cost gold. So
Barracks.
barrack, yeah, exactly.
Is this going to be the old Chinese classic of forward barracks, ranges, spearman, skirmisher, tower?
That's what happens. Yes, that's what Fire is aiming for, which I don't like, to be honest, because you know, with walls you're really easily able to get rid of the potential aggression that trash units from Fire could do, right? So I'm sure Fire will place a tower, place an archer range, as you said, and then just try to apply the pressure. But Nicov set himself up very nicely so far.
Yeah, certainly. I think the reason that we saw that strategy be so successful is, one, you do it with Byzantines, who obviously have very cheap trash units, and I guess the extra HP on the towers, and are also in a Hun war, where it's much more difficult to wall. But, you know, since we're not playing those settings, Nicov seems to be at least okay in terms of being defensively set up. He did go for the 22 pop. Interesting that he's just going to be throwing down the archery range right away. Likely wanted to go for scouts, but scouts not really going to be the unit of choice when there is already a spearman coming out, tower coming up for Mr. Fire.
Oh, that's one bad thing. So Nicov has taken one shot by the pike, which is kind of annoying because that really hurts. It really, really hurts. And he's now left with 2 HP. But Fire on the other side, he took some nice stabs here by Nikov's pike as well. So, yeah, I guess everything is kind of equal so far. Nicov is placing down his defensive tower, which I like a lot, because, you know, you don't want to have Fire take control of that hill there. Otherwise, Nicov would be in such a very bad position.
Yeah, you'd be losing control of your forage bushes, likely in a position where you could lose both of your lumber camps over here and like your one really good wood line. So definitely not going to want that to happen, but I'm just looking at the stone situation here for Nicov. This is probably his best bet, as his main stone is, well, being mined by his opponent.
Exactly, exactly. And the issue is, if you're being forwarded and also some towers are placed on your base, you also want to have access to stone, because you know, defending with towers is like the only way to be able to get rid of these aggressions and also ensure that you don't lose too much of your ground here in your base. But so far, Nicov is not trying to do any, you know, any move to get some stone here.
Yeah, certainly. We'll have to see as it pays off as the skirmishers fling their wet noodles at each other in a rather comical fight. Of course, the number is going to be in favor of Fire, as he was, you know, with the much earlier aggression, faster feudal age, 21 pop versus 22 pop. However, looks like we'll be able to maintain control of this hill, having the faster spearman here, able to, I guess, slightly better chase down the skirmishers. Just kind of be annoying to Nicov.
Yeah, exactly. Nicov was about to lose one skirmish, but Fire's skirmish kind of got stuck, so everything is fine there. Interesting fact is, Nicov is already 2 villagers ahead, so you can see his build order is a bit cleaner. And what is Fire doing there? Is he hitting the town center?
That was a bit awkward, especially since this isn't even walled.
Exactly. Oh my god, he will lose this villager most likely. He won't. Okay.
Fletching on the way for both players will be a bit faster for Nicov.
Yeah.
That will make the spearmen just that much less effective, as they will be picked off even easier.
Yeah.
Still one range for both players, as far as I can tell.
Yes, but you can see now Fire is placing a very nice tower. I really like that one. You know, puts on the aggression there, and Fire in the moment has a bit more skirms, so he's able to gain the map control here, which is very nice. And Nicov is kind of, you know, with his back on his wall because he's not able to defend the tower as well. He can't deny it, and yeah, it's just now kind of a waiting game for Nicov because he knows most likely Fire is not digging stone at home. So these 4 villagers, they haven't digged stone for 2 towers, right? So Nicov is pretty sure he's fine with that 1 tower now.
Yeah, but what this tower does do is it somewhat cuts off this stone over here,
Yeah.
which means that Nicov will have no stone available to him, and means that, well, I was about to say that future towers might be an issue, but this tower is under a lot of threat right now, getting pretty low. Villagers, oh, one getting picked off there. I think that was a little bit unnecessary for Nicov, especially since he has the faster moving villagers able to dodge a bit better, but there we go. The weakened villagers from the TC fire earlier. This guy's getting a little low too, but
Losing 2 skirmish, that's really unfortunate for Nicov. So Fire is doing a very good job. He should be able to pick also this 1 skirmish up. And very nice play here by Fire, I have to say. I mean, Nicov needs to think about what he's going to do now, because he definitely has the lower skirmish amount, and Fire will not stop building them. So he's adding he has added a second archery range now, so more skirms are about to hit the fray from Nicov as well. And Fire now going for the double bit X, so it's a bit later than usual, but he's cut, so no problem.
it's all good. But yeah, as we were saying, military count going to be a decent bit in favor of Fire. However, 3 villagers ahead for Nicov. Going to be a little bit cleaner of a build order.
Oh my god, that one was so close. So close. But yeah.
Yeah, tower
Fire
will be
kinda
saved
saved it.
for the time being.
But he has only 30 more stone to his disposal, so if Nicov continues, then he most likely will be able to get rid of that tower.
Indeed. And something notable here is that the faster movement on the Berber villagers means that they're going to be able to engage these very weak skirmishers and spearmen much more comfortably, I'd say, and, you know, chase them down just because the units are pretty terrible at killing villagers.
And on the left hand side, the tower has been taken down as Fire was out of stone.
Yeah.
So very nice here by Nicov. You know, he had some issues at the beginning, but now he has done some good moves. He was able to get rid of the tower on the left hand side, and also on the right hand side. We can see the skirmish a bit more to the right, exactly. He was able to get rid of a lot of skirms here, and you can see Fire's skirms are so low. And Nicov was able to get a really huge advantage in terms of the skirmish count. So very nicely done here by Nicov. In the meanwhile, he's also been able to get 3 villager, or now 2 villager advantage.
He's also getting wheelbarrow, so that's
Exactly.
actually going to be even more.
Exactly.
Just seems like cleaner macro from Nicov so far, especially with being able to add that second range. He was able to catch up on the skirmisher count. Stable now at home here for Fire. Obviously, the scouts are going to make quick work of the skirmishers, but it looks like some spearmen are already being prepared by Nicov, as, you know, switching into scouts for Fire is pretty obvious.
Yeah, I have to say Nicov is playing it very smoothly here. He's also defending very nicely at home. He's now about to wall in the skirms, but he's not focusing. Oh, he could have kind of forced his way through. But also this tower is looking very naked here.
It's looking naked, but so are these skirmishers. These villagers are not wanting to take anything from the skirmishers. Tower still going to be safe for the time being. There are still these very weak skirmishers here to defend it, but here come the scouts. There is 1 spearman for Nicov, and it's almost at full HP, but oh, look at the villagers focusing down the spearmen.
That hurts. That hurts. That's really bad,
Yeah.
because the spear is the most important unit here in this army from Nicov here. He was able to hit 1 scout, yes, but that's not enough. That's not enough. So Nicov really has to retreat now, and his army is also being caught off guard. So you know, Fire is doing his best to stay in the game so far.
Yeah, I mean, these skirmishers are really not going to be able to do anything useful right now, and the villager count is somewhat evening out, as once Wheelbarrow catches up, oh, no, never mind. That's backwards. Nikov's still really far ahead. Yeah, so going to be working with better economy. Checking the resources for clicking up to the Castle Age, we can see around a 300 to 400 food advantage for Nicov. Of course, that better economy really paying off. And
Nicov has already also added his own stable, so he's now sitting on 3 scouts, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's getting rid of the tower, as I said. So that's poorly played by Fire, to be honest, because you know walling the tower is so crucial because the towers were placed in a very good spot. So he kind of loses the control here as well. Fire is going for scale boarding armor. Some villagers are idling here at Nikov's base. And now, you know, with having the better economy, also most likely having the better macro, Nicov should be able to do some nice shenanigans now on Fire's base. He's also going for bloodlines. So he's setting himself up very nicely here.
Yep, he has forging as well, so he's going to have forging and bloodlines. Currently 2 spearmen, but greater numbers of scouts here for Fire. Obviously, Celts do not have bloodlines, so the cavalry will just, you know, always be better for Nicov. But military count dead even. I'm not sure if either player is really going to want to commit, but never mind. Fire says, I don't care. This is a lot of skirmishers with no spearmen.
Yes, Fire definitely needs to engage here because he has the stronger army. I don't like this engagement here by Nicov, to be honest, because yeah, the pike is nice, but most likely it will be picked off right away, as we can see. And now he's having the disadvantage in the numbers for scouts, right? So he's taking one more pike. Yes, very good. But yeah, Nicov needs to retreat. He was able to save his skirms, but oh my god, 8 villagers difference. So that's huge, really. 8 villagers, that's a lot.
And indeed, another tower finding its way up over here. And that villager will be A-okay. But military count slightly in favor of our red player. Fire does have several scouts, so this villager potentially a little out of position, but with wheelbarrow and the Berber bonus, look at that guy power walk his way to the town center.
Man, he's fast. What the hell? And Fire is clicking Castle Age earlier than Nicov. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that is kind of surprising. I guess he was just earlier to seed the farms.
Oh,
Another villager just kind of being thrown away by Nicov, a little bit sloppy, but...
Exactly. But Fire kind of bought himself to Castle Age as Nicov is doing now right as well. And Nicov should be able to click now. Yes. Okay.
So
it's a bit later, 2 minutes.
Or 20 seconds.
No, it's 40 seconds. I was checking forging time.
Oh, wait, yeah,
But
yeah.
he's 40 seconds later, so not a huge deal. I was really wondering, 2 minutes, it's a bit too long. But okay, so both of them, you know, I definitely favor Nikov's position here because he just has a strong economy. And he's adding stables. How many does he have in total? 2 or 3?
He has 2 stables right now.
2 at least, okay.
Yeah.
And how's the fight going on here? I guess the skirms are not too happy with the scouts being chased by, so you know, I would say the army is kind of equal. We can see that Fire is going for second archery range as well, so I guess he will switch into archers now.
Yeah, of course, double ranges is pretty indicative, archers already being produced, but the thing with Celts is that in the Castle Age, their crossbows aren't that great, their knights aren't that great, whereas Berbers are going to have the fantastic cavalry. And yeah, I think maybe mixing in some spearmen, maybe even up to some pikemen potentially, might be good, but a lot of these skirmishers are very low.
Exactly. And now Fire is hitting Castle Age, so he's going for Botkin, arrow and crossbow man as well. So Nicov is aware of this, and yes, I agree. Some pikes should be good for his army composition because, as you can see, he has played in feudal most likely or mostly only with skirms, so he doesn't have the army numbers of archers, right? So once the knights hit the fray, there's nothing much Fire can do here.
Yeah, as perfectly said, crossbowmen not in the sort of sufficient numbers which you can sometimes see with Celts because they have the nice wood bonus like we were talking about, but just because he's switching into the archers now means that this army is going to be very weak to some decently upgraded knights from Nicov, +1/+1 already, and yeah, with the cheap discount from Berbers, that should be getting quite a lot onto the field. Quite a lot of resources in the bank for Fire. Might be wondering what to spend it on.
Yeah, okay, so let's see what is Fire going to do now. Nicov wants to send his knights to the base of Fire, raiding the gold, I assume. But what, yeah, exactly, and that would hit very well. He's now going for the pikeman upgrade, Fire is, and he's also raiding Nicov himself. So nice wall here, but 3 villagers are kind of stuck here. And Nicov is also going for siege workshop. That's a very defensive one. So I guess he wants to get rid of those archers with a good kill, with a good shot.
A lot of these units are very low as well. random villager dying sound. But, ooh, looks like Knights might be finding a little bit of damage, causing a bit of inconvenience, if nothing else. Nice quick walls, though, from Mr. Fire. But, of course, the upgraded difference here going to be in favor of Nicov, as he has bloodlines, and Fire does not.
Exactly. But I have to say, Fire has done a very good job. He's adding a second town center now. And yeah, he's definitely in the game. And, you know, I would say for now it's a kind of equal set, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Fire really has to watch out for his archers here. If the Mangonel is able to get a good shot here on those archers, that's not something which is too good for him. And we are about to see something. Oh, that one was close, but it was okay.
I mean, so many of these range units are very low as well, but look at the Knights
Oh my god.
hopping out of these stables with that 15% Berber discount. Looks like big fight might be underway. There are 5 pikemen here with, I guess, about to be +1/+1. One Knight trying to come in to snipe the Mangonel will be surrounded by the Knights of Nicov. Oh, big fight, decent Mangonel hit, and I don't think there are anywhere near enough pikemen here to stop these Knights.
No. Fire is having a very bad engagement here. And now Nicov can really jump onto everything. He can kill this army completely. And the issue is now Fire obviously is queuing up a lot of pikes, but you know, that's a bit too late. He should have added more barracks and you know, ensure that he's not losing control here of those of this hill there.
Indeed, because we have 2 monks here to defend. That might be enough to stave Nicov away. Nope, Nicov don't care, man. He is... Oh.
That hurts.
That's why I need to send at least 1 more knight than there are monks.
Exactly.
But I think that probably the monks will be picked off. But yeah, there's just, I think, not quite enough army to actually turn back these knights. I don't actually think Nicov needed to run back right there. He could at least picked off the remainder of these ranged units.
The issue is, though, is Nicov doesn't have +2 on his knights, so he's taking a lot of damage from the town centers when they're garrisoned with villagers. So makes sense, he went back there. But yeah, he could have also gone for the trade, but I guess because of lacking +2, he did not go for that. And now he's also going for a lead skirmish. How much town centers does Nicov have? Is he still sitting on 1?
Let's see if I remember the hotkey. Yeah, it's just 1.
He's only sitting on 1 town center, while on the other side, Fire is sitting on 3 in total.
He is sitting on 3, but he still is at a villager deficit, still around 7 villagers behind, so it's going to take a bit more time for that to pay off. And some of the production buildings are being taken down. There is a battering ram here to facilitate that process. And I think that, yeah, more barracks should be made for Fire. I wasn't super sold on the crossbow switch. I might have preferred greater emphasis on pikemen and maybe monks and siege. Maybe like try and boom, but of course, going to be working towards that eventually. And as we can see, the villager count is going to be closing in, and I think this is going to start to throw the ball back into Nikov's court to want to make something happen.
Exactly. He's now going for +2 on his knights, which is very, very good, very necessary, obviously. And he's also going for husbandry, so he's setting himself up very nicely so far. And yeah, while on the other side, Fire is going for chain mail armor, +2 on his pikes. And the hill there on Fire's base, on his main gold, is going to be the most crucial part of this game. So whoever takes control of this will be in a very good position very soon.
Yeah, there's a reason that Fire is camping most of his army over here. We talked about it in the very beginning of the game, but I really think that the first castle of Fire is going to come down right here, as it's just going to be so crucial in securing map control, securing the front of his base. Second siege workshop here from Nicov. I think he has 2 monasteries, 2 siege workshops.
Yeah, he's focusing only on army literally, because he still is sitting on 1 town center, and I'm sure he wants to finish this game in Castle Age, because in Imperial Age, Berbers is, you know, having a huge problem with, you know, against scouts for sure. So, oh my god, he's not patrolling. What is he doing?
Oh, that's so messy.
That hurts a lot.
Get it? Because he's the Argentinian player?
What?
Because it's messy. It's a mess
Oh,
up.
that's what you meant.
Come on, Jordan.
I'm always slow on jokes. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good, man. Of course, a bit of an awkward fight for Nicov, losing some monks right there. Not the sort of thing that you'd want to be looking for. Lots of monks in the back here for Fire. And Nicov is sitting on like a surprising bank, considering that he's 1 TC, has 3 stables, 2 monasteries, 2 ranges, 2 siege workshops. But yeah, going to be continuing to pump out units. The +2 defense now on the pikeman, like you were saying earlier. Oh, Mangonel coming out. Is it going to get anything done? No, it will not. Pikeman going to try and come in to clean it up. This is a pretty scrappy fight here, Jordan.
Yes, it is, but I have to say, honestly, I like Fire's position more and more because he's getting more and more villagers over time. He's now equalized the villager count, and he has a better army composition with archers and pikes. He should also add a siege workshop, and then he is perfectly fine. And Fire is about to place a castle now, I'm pretty sure.
I would
bought
assume
stone.
so. And
Yes, oh, and
right
that's,
where we
that's
thought.
perfect. That's perfect.
And now we can see Fire taking the villager advantage for the first time in this game. The power of having all of those TCs so much faster. This is just the second TC here for Nicov. And when you're, trading knights into pikemen and crossbowmen, having the kill-death ratio this even is not really what you're looking for. Though I do like the couple monks here to heal up all these knights.
Exactly, that's very good. But the issue for Nicov is he doesn't see the castle yet from Fire. And once he sees that, it's going to be too late to stop. So, and that castle is so crucial. It gives you so much map control. So for Fire it was so necessary. And the good thing for Fire is, as I said, the economy of him is really booming compared to Nikov's. And, well, let's not talk about economy upgrades, Fire.
That's
Oh
a
my
little
God.
bit awkward.
At least it's no double, but X as well. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's getting there in the end. A big knight counterattack here from Nicov. He knows he can't take that hill, so he is going to go for a counterattack, but is Fire's economy exposed enough? That wood line is, but I feel like... well, knights are just going to run in. They do have +2 now, so that's a big difference from the previous big counterattack. You see Nicov splitting up the knights over here. He needs to make some damage happen.
Exactly. I really love his trade. It's very good. He will be able to, stop the economy from Nicov by a lot margin. And unfortunately for Nicov, he was not able to get the villagers on the top side, but he's also losing a lot on his base. So it's kind of an equal trade here. And let's see how many knights Nicov will lose now, because you obviously don't want to lose any knights here in his position.
Oh, that's a lot of monks here from Fire. This is around 5. I mean, yes, Celt monks aren't the greatest, but I mean, any monk will convert knights, and that's all you want them to do.
Exactly.
And it looks like when the dust is going to settle, they're pretty much even again.
They're very much even, yeah. We have 110 pop, literally for both of them, and also sitting on around 80 villagers. So it's a very neck-on-neck game, but still, Fire is sitting on 3 top centers. He has to delete all his knights. So, Fire is getting closer and closer with the score, to be honest.
Yeah, just needs to take care of these 28 idle villagers.
Oh my God.
That's not what you really want. He did force a lot of idle time for Fire as well, but it's not really where you want your economy to be. 4th TC on this other hill here for Fire, but Nicov will be our first player to click up to the Imperial Age. Of course, cheap knights and not really doing as many tech switches and stuff like that. Looking to at least be in a relatively comfortable spot going into the Imperial Age. Has some camels, just cleaning up whatever raiding knights. Please, Nicov, get your villagers to work. Okay, there we go.
He listens to you. Oh my God.
There
No,
we go.
but the good thing now for Nicov is he has added town centers as well. I think he's sitting now on 4, so he's setting himself up very nicely now as well. And he will be able to siege that castle or to trap that castle pretty soon. Fire is now as well buying himself into Imp. 100 more food he has to buy, and then he will be able to click as well. And very sharp timing here.
We'll be around 45-ish% slower to the Imperial Age. Will give Nicov an advantage in the Treb War, which will be, I think, pretty important, as this whole center hill area is just, I feel, so crucial for both of these players to control. Yeah. But more villagers coming forward for Fire. He can't afford another castle. Does he not know?
No, he does not know.
He does not know, and this castle...
That's kind of a DauT castle, I guess. That's not gonna go into
where's the army? I mean, Nikov's not doing anything.
Oh,
okay,
no.
There we go.
It feels like he's listening to you.
I'm the Nicov Whisperer, what can I say?
Are you both connected? Okay, so let's see. Nicov is not trying to interfere here, because he knows, okay, the castle from him is going to produce trebuchet soon. But Nicov definitely wants to add another castle as well to keep up the trebuchet production.
Yeah.
as Obviously, Fire will reach Imp and has 2 production facilities for the traps instead of only 1.
Yeah, honestly, on the way up to the Imperial Age, I think it might have been a nice idea to squeeze out Casbah from the castle so he could produce the trebs faster immediately without having to research conscription. Might have been a nice little move, especially if he's down in castle numbers. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
trebuchet will be produced regardless.
Yeah,
And-
exactly. And let's see, I mean, you can also see Nicov is going for chemistry. So he wants to switch also in bombard cannons. And bombard cannons obviously are super strong in sniping those traps, right? And Nicov already anticipates as well that Fire will mass the traps because he has the hill advantage. As long as Fire is able to ensure the hills there with the castles, he's in a fine position. What is Nicov doing there on the top with the blue dots? Okay, these are scrims. You know, if Nicov is able to raid more and more Fire's base, because Fire is so super open, then he's in a very good position there.
Yeah, certainly. Notably, Fire does have a couple relics just for whatever little gold advantage that will give you, but Halbs and Rams, the classic combo coming in here for Mr. Fire. Also, forgot to mention, Fire's trebs will fire faster. Fire's trebs firing faster. But yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah, there we go. But of course, because of the earlier Imperial Age, because of the earlier emphasis on the trebs, Nicov is going to be bringing it to the Castle of Fire. Not a ton of stone in the bank, so he's gonna want to do something about this.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tricky spot now for Nicov because Fire just has the better position because of the huge hill there. So, you know, he can literally repair all day long. And, okay, he's kind of out of stone. He's hiding himself.
You can repair all day long.
Oh, he's
I guess
out.
night just fell.
Oh my god, I have those good timings, man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the bombard cannon is now in the fray as well for Nicov. And he really needs to ensure that he has something against those halberdiers because, yeah, okay, he's producing hand halberdiers. So that's really important, but he needs much more because those helps, once they get close to the knights will be
Very
gone.
sad.
Exactly.
Oh, but
Okay, now
the
we
castle's
have to
gonna go
fight.
down. I think for both players.
Yes.
So I guess that probably favors Fire as he still has this castle over here. Look at the Halbs, they're crashing on to this army of Nicov. There really isn't a ton of hand cannons, like you were saying, to really deal with them. Cap rams here coming in as well. They'll be able to start ripping apart the infrastructure of our blue player. A couple bombard cannons back here. Is the production enough here from Nicov to stop this? I think he only has the 2 archery ranges. I have no idea what Nili Apartment are. But yeah, I think you can see a bunch of hand cannons queued up. But again, it's just the timing, the production. But I think he was able to hold this off for the time being.
Yes. It was kind of an equal trade for both of them. I'm sure Nicov has lost more gold units, but Nicov has also managed to keep his 2 bombard cannons alive, 1 trap as well, and now he will be able to push on forward. Nicov needs to push a little bit harder though, because once the wood raiders are elite wood raiders, that's not gonna be fun, as they're so quick and they're so strong in raiding, right? So.
Really, the Woad Raiders are good at raiding?
Yes, yes, I have had my experience against DauT with those.
Oh yes.
I tell you.
Oh.
I really like the positioning now of Nicov, so he's not going from the right hand side but from the left hand side. But Fire is kind of, you know, tricking him as well. He just ignores the positioning of Nicov and goes to the right hand side. Oh, and you don't want to lose those bombard cannons. You just don't want to.
No, they are just so expensive. The quick Celt infantry running on in right here. Looks like Nicov in that last engagement did lose a ton of his cavalry, but the focus is now going to be, I guess, on the skirmishers and hand cannoneers and stuff that kills infantry and siege. So he's going to be doing that, but I think, like you were saying earlier, it's going to be really important for Nicov to get some raiding done. He already has the light cav upgrade. He has a 20% discount on them. He's going to be grabbing Hussar now. And I think that because Fire is still so open with his economy, I think that can be one really big way to sort of circumvent the fact that he doesn't have control of this hill.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, I just feel like Nicov is in a bit better position right now. Because he's keeping up with his macro. He's doing a very good job here. He's also having a 10 population advantage. And is he about to pull the trap there? It's really dangerous always to fight with the bombard cannon. Yeah. You don't want to do that. You want to have at least 3. And Nicov is going for the hand card now. So that's gonna be a huge boost for his economy. But, you know, it's a neck and neck game, I have to say so. very strong play by both of them.
Yeah, certainly. Really nice game number 1 to start off the series. Neutral stone in the south looks like might be taken for Nicov, and then on the top we have this neutral gold being taken for him as well. Starting with the stable production, he, again, listening to me through the walls, going to be going for that Hussar counterattack while he's starting to take position over on this hill, which I think is at the same elevation as the castle. Actually, this trap is 1 tile lower, but
it's definitely much better
Yeah.
than on the right-hand side. Fire noticeably goes for Siege Ram now, and Siege Ram, you know, they are a heck of a unit. They're so super strong. But I don't see how Fire right now is able to, you know, kind of stop the raiding. That's gonna be super hard. But we have a huge engagement here about to kick in. We have Halberdiers, Foot Raiders, and Rams against those hand cannoneers. So it's gonna be super tough. But I guess it will be a very equal trade again. Thank God.
that-
Hand cannoneers are dancing around.
yeah, that's a little bit awkward, but notably the Wood Raiders not elite and missing most of the attack upgrades, but so many siege rams left alive here for Fire. He has the slight military edge right now, still down in villagers, but oh man, this is a really close fight.
Yes, yes. What can I say? I think Nicov will be the one who comes out on top of this. But Fire, again, has not used so much gold because Halberdiers, you know, they are not the most expensive unit in the world. While Nicov has had to trade with a lot of hand cannoneers. So right now he's also sitting on 170 population, so that's very good for him. But I just feel like Kelts is a bit stronger in Imperial Age. That's just the way it is.
Just the way it is, man. But more and more Hussars are starting to flood in. The siege ram counts are getting a little bit lower. Monks seem to be in a very exposed position, especially to some Hussars, but the Halberdiers might be in time to save the day. But yeah, this is just going to be, I feel like, a constant problem, is that these Hussars are just going to be running amok in the economy of Fire for the foreseeable future. Castle at around less than half HP right now. Bombard Cannon's going to be continuing to whack away at it.
Yep.
And yeah, like I was saying, this relic will also be in control for Nicov, has this neutral stone, still has this neutral gold, so he can afford to be maybe a little bit more gold inefficient with his army composition.
Yeah, but honestly right now, I think the fight there on the Oasia, that one was the tipping point, because as you can see now, Nicov is sitting on 190 population, he has a very healthy economy, 146 villagers, that's even a bit too much. Going for heavy blow right now, and Fire is really struggling to keep up his population. He's having 150 pop right now, kind of fending off the ratings, but he's about to lose the ground on the center, which is the most important point here in this map for him. And if he's losing that one, that's not gonna be so good for him, I have to say.
Yeah, it really won't be, and I think one of the big problems there is probably the lack of elite Woad Raider for Fire, as that was probably like half of his army, was like half Woads, half Halbs, and he didn't even have elite, he didn't even have iron casting, and the hand cannon's just able to absolutely breeze through those infantry units.
Yes, you can see now Nicov has had some time to breathe and going for those crucial upgrades. So it's about time. But I can understand that. The game was, you know, very, very action-packed. And what can I say? It's looking definitely better now for Nicov as he's getting more and more ground here.
Yep, indeed. He is. I think that, well, I guess the populations are starting to even up. Military count is dead even, but I really think we have to consider that the army quality of Nicov is going to be so much better because he has all of these hand cannons left alive. I don't really see too much of a gold component of Fire's army, just almost entirely Halbs by the looks of things.
Exactly, he doesn't really have any unit right now which can combat the army of Nicov. The hand cannoneers are just so super strong. And yeah, you know, on the left and right hand side of the map, Fire is able to kind of sustain ground as well, but it's not so super crucial, and Nicov is not able to see that one. I'm pretty sure about that, otherwise he would have gone for that as already. And Fire is calling the GG here, so very action-packed and close game, I have to say.
That was an interesting matchup. I think it was pretty back and forth. I think both players had times where they were in an advantageous position, but will be Nicov walking away with that game number 1. Let's check the achievements real quick. Of course, a little bit better kill-death ratio, economy Less gold gathered, less stone, but decent bit more food, as his army was cavalry and hand cannons. Makes sense. But I think in the end it was that lack of answer to hand cannoneers, which was really a big problem for Fire.
Exactly, and I have to say Nicov has done a very good job there, because if he was a bit later, then kind of the Death Wall army of Celts would have been able to be created by Fire, and then literally Nicov wouldn't have any answer to that. So very sharp timing here, and very well done by Nicov, I have to say.
Indeed, indeed.
Okay, so Fire is not back from the lobby yet. He's sitting there and eating his... What is he eating there? An apple, I guess. I guess Fire is a bit frustrated.
Well,
Kedsboard. Kedsboard.
Kedsboard,
Kedsboard.
the word of the day.
Yeah, oh man, I just love it. NAC1, we already had so much fun with the Kedsboard.
Kedsboards, man.
It's so hilarious. Zu can go when Rats reads.
Reads.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Happened a lot, believe
oh,
me.
I'm sure it did. I remember the jokes from watching NAC1.
Yes.
But now I'm here and I can fail as well.
Yes, no problem. Everyone fails here with the Kedsboard. As long as you're not German, you're not used to that. That's typical. Okay, so we have now game 1 after us. I have to say that was a very, very good game. Very action-packed, as already said, and it was, it was never like, okay, this guy has the advantage or this guy has the advantage. It was always neck and neck. And at one point, I felt Fire set himself up a bit better because of the castle on that crucial hill there. But Nicov, with his good macro, was able to fight back and, take the game there.
Yeah, I think that, man, Berbers having hand cannons, blows me away.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have that, weakness to infantry in the late game, and they sort of do, but, just being able to be like, oh, okay, I'm just going from mass cavalry that's cheap into mass cannons, that's so crazy.
Yeah, but they also need to have some sort of countering the infantry, otherwise Halberdiers will just, kill them, because they don't have any counter. But the issue with Berbers is they lack siege rams, right? So
Yes.
if, for example, Celts, Halberdiers and siege rams, there's nothing you can do.
It's really
Berbers.
tricky to deal with that. You do have your bombard cannons of your own, which I think that Nicov made really good use of throughout that
Yes,
game, and that was
yes.
a pretty crucial factor in his getting the W. But with that said, game number 2 going to be rehydration.
Oh, yes.
What do you think we're going to see here?
Oh, let me think. So we have Japanese, and we have Huns, Spanish, and Vikings. Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
Vikings?
Exactly.
The
Japanese.
dudes with the berserks are Vikings.
I don't know. No, let me think. So Japanese, obviously, on rehydration is very strong, but I think Nicov wants to save that one for Tide Pool. So could be that he goes for Spanish, because he also went Spanish on rehydration against me. So I expect him to do that. Let's see. And Fire will most likely go for maybe Chinese. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I think Chinese.
Let's see. We're about to jump into the second game. So right now we have Spanish against Chinese,
Oh, we're so good.
as we predicted, OrnLu. So I'm good that we are about to cast a good series here again. So what do we have here? So on the left hand side of this map we have the player Nicov playing in the blue trunks as Spanish, and on the right hand side we have Fire playing as the Chinese in the red trunks, and both of them are going for sheep so far, and will surely go for the outside shorefish later on, because obviously shorefish is the fastest food you can gather by a villager, and that's something you want to focus on for sure.
Look at the scouting from Nicov. He is going all over the place. Already 50 score ahead at this stage is pretty crazy. He's looking at all of his base right away
Yeah, exactly.
like that.
He does a very good job here. And Spanish against Chinese, it's kind of a tricky matchup. So as Chinese, you want to reach Imperial Age and fight against Spanish and Imperial Age, because their Imperial Age is just so super strong, especially with the Chukanus and Halberdiers. There's literally nothing Spanish can do. But we have to also mention in Castle Age, those Conquistadors, they can wreak havoc so hard. So that's, I'm sure, what Nicov wants to focus on. He will most likely go for a fast scout rush into walling and then focusing on having a fast castle with then followed up by Conquistadors.
Yeah, this map is, I think, in some ways surprisingly wallable. I see a lot of players able to go for pretty comfortable FCs. Camel helping out blocking the elephant.
I thought already that was Fire's camel. That would have been a good laming potential, I would say.
Definitely. I don't think there's any way to tell the difference between player camels.
Just
Unless you click on them, obviously.
It's hard, exactly. Or you see that on the minimap, the
Oh, yeah,
different color, but other than that, there is no chance you can distinguish them.
Yeah, Nicov calls Re.
Nicov is going
And
for the
honestly, I
restart.
think that's a good idea. This map is not very good, especially if you're Spanish and want to go for the FC. This is a lot of effort you need to go into walling.
Exactly, and also his stones were very much forward, so not the best either. And you know, as Spanish, you need to have those the access to stone. Otherwise, you will not go for the conquistadors, unfortunately, which you really want to go for.
And what's
They
the point
already
of playing Spanish if you're not making conks?
Exactly. Right. So Nicov used to restart here, which made sense. And guys, they just got back, so they launching for the second game. We just have to wait a little bit more, and then we are able to jump into the second game between Fire and Nicov here, NAC2, hosted by Nili and Microsoft.
And Matt Salsa.
Matt Salsa. Yes.
Full sellout.
Yes.
So, something I actually want to ask Mr. Pro Player here regarding rehydration. When do you think is the best time to go for the shorefish? Since we have a bit of a moment here where we can talk about these things.
So this depends a lot on your town center position. When the town center is very close to the shorefish, you want to go for them straight. But most of the time that's not the case. As you can see, for example, the last game, both of them were a bit further away from the shorefish, so both of them went for the sheep. And here again you can see at least Fire is too far away, and even Nicov is too far as well. So they will both focus on the sheep first, and then after they have gone for 3 lumberjacks, they will also go after that for the mill on the shorefish.
Yeah, good answer. I like that answer.
Yes.
Yeah, because in casting this map a decent bit through all of the NAC qualifiers, and I don't even remember if it was an ECL or not, but seen a fair amount of this map, and we've seen both where you see players go right away sometimes, especially if they get Indians, or waiting a little bit like you were saying. So that is an interesting way to go about that. But in this redux of game number 2, Fire will be here in the south in the red as the Chinese, and in the north in the blue as the Spanish will be Nicov, once again with quite the scouting pattern.
Exactly. So let's see, and his stone is now looking a bit better than last game.
A bit better?
Bit better. Both of them are safe in the back, and you can also see his wood is very nice as well. So he can really utilize his walls very nicely here. The only thing I don't like about his map is look at his gold. Everything is so forward. And this spot here, oh my god. You want to have your castle there. Otherwise, the game is over.
But I'm just thinking here for Nicov, just again assuming he's going to be either going for a straight fast castle or drush fast castle. Okay, so you wall here, you wall to the edge of the map, wall across the front, wall here, and then wall to the edge of the map. I think you can get away with, okay, maybe you have to put down a defensive tower if there's like archers in the feudal age or a tower rush. But I think if you just put the castle here, you can start to work your way out if you're Nicov, and I think the fact that this gold is close together shouldn't be too much of a problem for him.
No, so if I was him, I would just go for scouts so far and then wall myself, and then, you know, with the castle you can, as you said, slowly dig your way forward again. So that should be not the biggest issue. But still, you know, later on, if Fire has a castle on those 3 golds as well, that can be a very big issue. And oh, I love this mill placement here.
Oh, this
5
is
short,
so
4 short.
juicy.
Oh my god.
All the box turtles,
Oh my god.
which have an icon of a fish.
Yeah, I get hungry when I see that, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I hope we have some food after that.
That's why I got lunch before the cast.
Oh man, I had some bell pepper.
Um,
Yes. Okay, so How is Nikov's mill looking like? How is it looking?
It's fine.
It's fine, but I would say only 3 are very close and 1 is a bit further. But
One is like
it's-
one tile
yeah,
travel.
It's not a huge issue at all. Okay, so now obviously questioning what both of them are going for.
Is this lame? I think this is a lame.
This is a lame for sure. The good thing about the situation now for Nicov is you can see he's only, let's say, 1 villager behind Fire, because I saw them. So it's like, let's say 75% of a villager, which is totally fine for Spanish.
And Loom, I guess.
Exactly, Loom he's missing, so which makes sense. Good point there. Didn't think about that one. Okay, Fire was able to ditch here the shots from the TC with his camel. Still 15 HP left. And what is he doing on left hand side? Is he already trying to wall himself? It
Oh,
looks like
Nicov?
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Second mill coming down,
Yeah.
wanting to maximize that efficiency with the fish.
Yes.
But beyond that, don't think there's going to be anything too crazy coming in from Nicov early on. What do you expect to see from the Chinese player Fire, as really this Civ can do pretty much anything?
Exactly, and that's exactly the reason why it is so hard to answer right now, because I have no idea what Fire is going for. I guess he's going for scouts, just to be able to apply pressure very fast and to gain the map control. But he also is aware that Spanish is extremely hard to play against. So he wants to also transition into archers later on, I would say. Does Fire know about the 3 gold spots on Nikov's base? That's the most important question right here, right now. He doesn't really know. He only sees 1 tile, but he has no idea if it's the main gold or anything. And does he see the stone from Nicov? I don't think so. Yeah, he does not. So I would say the scouting pattern of Fire is not the best here.
But he
right
does
now.
know the edge of the map.
Oh yeah, that's very important. He does know where to expand his shore fishers. But okay, you know.
Feudal Age
So
time
it's-
going to be relatively similar. Fire going to be essentially 1 villager ahead at this point. Thus the power of Chinese on this setting. And there ain't no sort of scouts into fast castle play here from Mr. Nicov.
No, does not look like that. Very interesting. Has Fire scouted that? That's the question. I don't think so. Let's see.
I mean, the camel's line of sight is very small. It's the same as a sheep.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's super hard. But very interesting. So Nicov is going for the full pressure because he, if you have the 3 goal spots up there in the front, then you want to be the guy who, dictates the pace of the game, because otherwise could be a bit risky. So I understand that. So Fire he's not digging gold, so he will go for scouts, yes, and he is already seeing those villagers, which is very nice for him because of the
Extra TC, LOS.
exactly. What is
Poor
Nicov?
Teutons, man.
What is? Yeah, exactly. They have lost their strength there. What is Nicov doing? I don't really understand the tower placement here right now.
I mean, I think probably the thought process behind this tower rush is that, okay, my opponent has both of his stones and his main gold forward, so I can deny those with towers. But, I mean, Fire's just going scouts. He doesn't need those resources. And the woodlines are in the back, and obviously the food is in the back, so these towers are not going to be denying any resources anytime soon.
Please tell me that this is not a tower.
What, this tower?
Wow, okay, and I lost to this guy. Anyway, so
I
he's walling himself now, Nicov is. And that's perfect for him because, okay, Nicov is kind of letting his villager die. Oh, yeah, he lost it.
Rip.
Now 3 more villagers or 4 more villagers here.
Why?
No, he clicked on the house and was not watching,
Yeah,
and then, yes, but yeah,
That's sloppy.
Yeah, a bit, but okay.
This house is going down, man.
The house is going
Fire
down.
is going to lose 25 wood of house.
Yes, exactly. Definitely worth it here. No, but I mean, Nicov obviously wants to apply pressure a bit more, going a bit deeper here into Fire's base. But the issue is, he's not able to achieve anything. But also something to think about is he is able to, you know, kind of get control of Fire's 2 stones. And that also means that Fire won't be able to get 2 canoes in the end of the game, right? For now, at least. So there's no direct counter to those conquistadors for now, except maybe camels and monks.
Oh, that's a solid food count already for Nicov. He's definitely going to be ahead in terms of castle age uptime.
Let's see, what is Fire's economy looking like?
It's not as good, but he is just using the market, hitting all the wrong hotkeys. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Almost lost that one.
Almost lost the villager, but as you can see, Fire is nowhere near in terms of clicking up to the castle age,
No,
despite
he's-
being ahead by 2 villagers.
Yeah, he's really struggling here so far. Yeah, so Fire will struggle to go castle as fast as Nicov, and let's see what is he doing now. Nicov is not watching for a second, and he's about to lose 1 villager most likely. Yeah, he will. Oh! I'm a noob caster today.
Noobcaster Jordan.
What the hell? That was so close. He's stuck. I told you
There
he
you
will
go.
lose a villager. Why
Never,
never believe me? man?
never once doubted you for a second.
Yeah, at least somebody.
But look at all these scouts that were made by Fire. Do you agree with making 6 scouts in this situation?
No, it's a bit too much, I would say. I would have gone for 4. That does the job as well. And Fire is kind of aware of the situation now. Realizes has he scouted all 3 golds? Oh man, please. No, he has not. But he sees those 2 and realizes, okay, I need to get rid of that gold.
Tower's already coming in here.
The tower is very nicely placed here.
I don't like how it blocks the gold.
It's not ideal, obviously, but in that situation, he realizes, I just like the fact that Nicov has gone for a tower.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that Nicov has the tower at all. I do
Yes.
think that's important.
Yes.
And especially with this tower, look at, this only has like 2 faces, or I guess 3, where you can gather gold.
Which is enough for now.
Yes.
Once he reaches Castle Age and will be able to
Maybe put a TC here, then I think he's fine.
TC or Castle Age, Castle a bit further, then
Mhm.
he will be able to also get the gold here from the other side. So he's in a good position here. So
Ooh, gonna deny the tower maybe? Is it in
No.
range?
no,
Nah.
I can't see that, man.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I was just hoping.
Yeah.
Please don't. Be rage.
Oh
my
man,
God.
you're learning. You're
Y-
learning.
Exactly.
you
no.
say something definitively and just hope.
Exactly. Like, I just have to play it cool for the viewers here.
Exactly.
They will like, wow, this guy knows.
Oh, so smart.
Oh my god. But okay, that's how it is, guys. How much stone does Nicov has? 550, so he needs 100 more. Does he have a market? I don't
Yes, he
think
does.
so.
Yeah, he went
Okay, he
blacksmith
does.
market. He doesn't even have a barracks, man.
Who needs a barracks if you have Spanish, man?
Exactly. Well, because you need
Ah.
the barracks to build the stable to get husbandry and bloodlines.
Yeah, but that's longer term. Come on. You don't think so far. The question is now, what will Nicov do? Will he place the castle in the front or in the back? What is the front
Oh, here
towers
we
of... How do the front towers of Nicov look like? Okay.
Dead.
Kind of dead, yes. Very
Dead inanimate objects.
Oh, yeah.
Towers.
But he will be able to... Oh, I like that. I like that by Nicov. So he will surely go for conquistadors into that picture there. And then Fire has no access to stone whatsoever. That's going to be super tough for him.
But will Fire have enough stone for extra TCs when he hits Castle Age? It looks like he probably will. So I think that's going to be really important, not having to buy that stone just to get your economy up and running.
Yeah.
Because when you know your opponent's going for conquistadors, which Fire is pretty certain that Nicov is, you know that they're going to be slower in adding on their economy just because you can't gather all that stone and then also boom it. He just delete the tower?
Yes,
He did.
which makes sense.
Yeah. So getting ahead in a boom is definitely one way to, beat Spanish in that regard, as
Exactly.
still ahead in villagers.
Exactly. And Nicov is sending his first conquistador out, and he's being interfered by those scouts. But he's really hungry for those stone mining villagers, which he was able to get rid of. And the outpost obviously shows, you are not able to get any stone here anymore, as my conquistadors are about to go to your base now.
Indeed they are, and these conks, man, so scary, doing so much damage. And it looks like crossbowmen will be the unit of choice, or Never mind. 1 archer.
Fire is doing a Jordan right now, building all units at once, but not enough.
That's also called doing an AI. So does that mean you're an AI?
Yeah, kind of. I've played too much against AIs, I guess.
Ooh, I like the husbandry option though,
Yes,
as
yes.
it will make the camels much more efficient in terms of hunting down these stray conquistadors. As the problem with conquistadors at this point is that you're so production limited, as you just have the 1 castle, and they're pretty expensive and trained slowly. So getting like any single kill or conversion against these conks at this point is going to be really nice and just buying time, which is really what Fire wants right now.
Exactly. And he's adding stables, so he will focus fully on camels. But, you know, those conquistadors also, especially mixed in with monks, they are going to kill those camels, so it's going to be super, super hard. But, honestly, there's no perfect answer to conquistadors. It's just so hard to play against those.
Yeah, I mean, it's been that way since AOC came out, and it's just, it's a unit that just never goes away in terms of viability, no matter what the map or meta or anything like that. Looks like, I think, a couple scouts running into the castle there, a little bit Akko-Taco, but just further walling up behind here is Nicov. Interestingly, stone walls for fire, but random palisade walls here.
When those villagers are going to be killed for sure. Nicov will interfere here, and yeah, he's placing himself very nicely, so he's able to kill those villagers.
Indeed,
Yeah.
he is.
And killed. And that's very annoying
Up.
for fire, to be
Up.
honest. Oh my god! This guy should play lottery today.
Yeah,
I will hire him.
either that or the conquistadors need to play more Counter-Strike or something, work on that aim.
I guess so. They're kind of blind, to be honest.
Yeah, better than Arambai at least.
They are even worse, that's true. Okay, so fire is sitting now on 40 villagers, while the Spanish player Nicov has already 48 players, so villagers. So that's very nice for him. But those monks obviously are able to get rid of those monks so far. Those
The
conquistadors.
monks are able to get rid of the monks.
Man, I'm
with-
confusing
with,
stuff here.
with atonement, that is correct, and both of these civs do have that.
I told you, man. Always tell proper stuff. How many town centers does Nicov have? I think 3 in total right now, right?
I believe so. Yes, he does. Both players going to be working with the 3, though, of course, they are going to be later. Actually, I don't think the 3rd one's even been started for Fire. No, it hasn't.
Yeah. Let's see. So does how much HP does the outpost have? Okay,
25
still. So he's able to see everything there.
Yeah.
Right. So that's very nice for him. And he's getting rid of those monks. Oh, very nice trade-off here by Nicov.
Yes,
very, very
certainly
nicely.
worth getting 2 monks for only 1 conversion.
Yes.
Even getting a camel kill as a parting gift. Ooh, even killing the converted traitor conquistador.
What the hell?
Okay.
These guys should play lottery now.
No,
It's
it's I told the conquistadors to go play some CS:GO, and now they're
pros.
They're pros, man.
Oh my god. Oh, and it's so annoying to
Oh
play
my
against
God,
those
like,
conquistadors.
I'm
really.
getting triggered on Fire's behalf at this point.
Yes, it's super annoying. Oh my god, getting rid of
so
one more
good,
monk.
man.
Super micro here by Nicov, and you know, if he's able to place a second castle here in that spot, exactly there, Fire knew that, and that's why he put a palisade wall here. You know, he's, oh my god,
That-
so much mind games going on here.
Oh yeah, 10,000
Uh,
IQ play.
Oh yes, oh yes. But you know, if one castle here, that's just gonna be lights out.
Yeah.
Is Nicov focusing on stone right now? Pikes or Spanish monasteries? Okay.
Whoops, hitting all the wrong hotkeys.
Oh yeah, you can see a lot of stone in his stockpile. So
Double
That's-
monasteries.
it's gonna be hard for him.
It's gonna be hard. Is it time for the Spanish Inquisition?
It is.
I think so. I mean, it's
It
actually
is.
really good. You can
Yes.
convert stuff so fast.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Also, nobody expects it as a rule.
Exactly. But also, if it's so hard now for Fire because he doesn't have really the quality of units and the mass of units to get rid of those conquistadors, and he feels like, okay, Fire's doing the right job. He's digging stone. He wants to place a castle himself, but Nicov will be faster, most likely. Fire is buying himself stone now, so he's anticipating that something is about to hit him very soon.
Indeed, that is the case. Mangonel coming in, as well as the first set of monks from our blue player. But, I mean, honestly, look at that villager difference already. We're approaching 20 vill advantage for Nicov, as he was faster in throwing down these TCs, and really, his economy has just been untouched this whole time. Yes!
We have the Inquisition!
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, man.
God.
And in fact,
Inquisition.
you know, nobody's even in the chat not expecting the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, only for all the players out there who don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us.
So Inquisition, in case you guys are not familiar, does reduce the minimum time on monk conversions, so you're able to convert faster. So it's just nice little pickup for the Spanish monks, which are already quite good, having the full tech tree at your disposal.
Exactly. Isn't it about 3 seconds or something?
I think it's only 2, but
2
still.
seconds. Okay.
I mean, that's still totally worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, guys. So I have to say honestly, Nicov is adding, you know, everything he needs to add, and I just want to see one more castle here placed by him, and then he should be very good to go.
Ooh, I don't like the committing
no,
there.
No, I don't like it as well.
One conch I think got deleted, and one got converted. Oh, fire!
Fire is placing the right castle here, but that's going to be very dicey for sure.
His villagers, I think maybe Nicov was trying to place his own castle. This is just a total mess right now for Nicov.
Yes.
This is what
For
Fire
both of them.
needed. Yeah, for both of them. But look how many villagers are committing to this castle from Fire. He knows that he could not let his opponent get a castle on this hill, as that would just instantly knock him out of the game. So I think it is very much the correct decision to just say, okay, I don't care what it takes. I'm getting a castle here.
If I was Nicov now, I would go from the left-hand side and build the castle on the left side here. Yeah, just like that, because that also does the job, right? But let's see. Fire is really focused on getting stone right now, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Those castles, you know, if you don't have a castle yourself, you're dead. And Fire knew that. He did it correctly here, and he was fast enough, fortunately for him. But now we have a longer game, fortunately, and let's see how it will evolve.
What the heck? Nicov going full Inquisition mode, even though
Oh,
he
yes.
doesn't even like have many monks. How many monks does he have? 2.
Yeah, he. Wow, that's crazy. That's how he plays Spanish, though, because you know, monks and conquistadors. It's so hard to beat that.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, it's very hard to play them as well. Monks are super hard to control, and conquistadors a bit easier, yes. And Nicov is placing a second castle now. So where is that going to be placed? On the left-hand side. Okay, so
Okay.
not very aggressive.
I don't think this is a bad idea, though, as
Yeah.
you know, the golds are very forward and exposed, and just making sure you have control of all of this, especially since your army is monks and conquistadors, 2 very gold-intensive units, and Nicov clicking up to the Imperial Age does not want to overextend himself.
Exactly, and let's see at Fire's economy. I doubt he's even close to going up. Let's see and confirm that.
You doubt he's even close to clicking up Jordan
Guys.
2019.
Guys, I'm out of here. He was going for +2 on his knights. What?
Oh man, we'll be a little less
What?
than a minute slower.
Oh my god, what am I talking about today?
It's all good, man.
It's gonna be a fun series against DauT LC.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Fire is going for his second castle. Finally.
Finally.
Yes. Yeah. So now we're just waiting until both of them are Imperial Age, and we kind of know what is going to come,
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna
Trap
be
Wars.
Treb Wars and unique units ahoy, as Chukonu production has begun here for Fire.
Watch this Conquistador, man.
Oh,
He's set himself up very lonely here.
very sad and lonely. Also, notably, Nicov doesn't have bloodlines or +2 defense. Probably should pick those up.
It's not too necessary because you never really fight with Conquistadors anyway. It's just the monks who try to fight them, and Conquistadors, they
mean-
most of the time can just run away.
He has the food though. Come on, man.
Yeah, but he doesn't have this. Okay, he has the stable. No, he could. I agree.
He's
He
getting-
could go for that.
Yeah, he's getting leather archer armor right now at least.
Yes. No bloodlines, and then he's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has 4 monasteries and 2 castles at the meanwhile, and now traps are about to come once he reaches Imperial Age, and then also chemistry because you want to have the bombard cannons as well.
No chemistry yet. I mean, there's a lot of very expensive techs that Nicov needs to get right away. Getting block printing, illumination, and ring archer armor.
Yes, exactly.
and there's chemistry.
Is he producing traps out of the 2 casts?
Yes,
I hope
yes.
he does.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Okay, so guys, this is going to be a trap boar right now, and whoever wins the trap boar will be in a very comfortable position here, and most likely also take the game. Especially if Nicov does it, because Fire, you know, he's really lacking economy. He's sitting on 81 villagers so far, while on the other side, Nicov sitting on a comfortable lead with 110 villagers, so very, very nicely here for him.
Yeah, and Fire really needs this game to drag out long and get to like a massive Chukonu, because as you were saying earlier, there is not a whole lot Chinese or Spanish can do to stop that. So conquistadors coming in, and this is a lot of conquistadors. Like the unit retention for Nicov has just been so fantastic this game, and just keeping all of his conquistadors alive. And now with +4 armor coming in, it's going to be really hard for the Chukonu to do as much as they want, even if they do. Well, no, okay. Oh, actually, just going for the Treb snipes. Oh, this is quite a commitment.
Yeah.
Oh,
very good one. Very good one.
Yeah.
He's losing a lot of conks.
That's a lot of oh, quick
He's
walls.
losing all the conks.
Is that worth it?
No, it's not. It's not. If he had not lost those, he would have been fine. But now it was a very expensive trade. But the good thing for him, obviously, getting rid of those traps means also that he will get rid of the castles. And, you know, he doesn't have any pressure. He knows he can reproduce those conquistadors, no problem whatsoever. And he doesn't have to worry about the map control, because, you know, he's fine. He has all the castles there in the middle, and that's perfect for him.
Honestly, resources are looking real good for Nicov right now. I mean, he's working with 125 villagers. He doesn't really have a ton of meat to his army right now, I guess, which is my only concern for him, as he does have to sort of replace his conquistadors. Probably go ahead and get bloodlines.
No, who needs bloodlines?
Who needs bloodlines? Not Byzantine players, that's for sure.
Yes.
But honestly, probably should get Sanctity as well.
Yes, I'm kind of surprised he has not gone for that.
You know, getting Theocracy Illumination before Sanctity.
Yeah, interesting play here. Maybe he has just forgotten about that one, but, you know, going for Sanctity is kind of a mistake if he doesn't go for it. Okay, now he's using his monks. It's so annoying. He also used them against me. It's very annoying, I have to say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, these monks with block printing and Inquisition just get all your units turned on you. But
it's not a good fight for Nicov here.
Heavy camel in for Fire as well, and like we were saying earlier, there isn't a lot of meat to the army of Nicov. But oh man, the camels are just going to get converted so quickly, I think.
Wow.
What? Okay.
Takes ages. Bad conversion there.
Yeah, that's
by
actually just
Nicov.
unlucky conversions, especially with Inquisition.
Yes. But the traps are doing also a good job against those Chukanus. He has to...
Oh yeah, he got several in the back here.
Yeah, exactly. So how is the population? 160 for Nicov, while Fire is only sitting on 110 population.
Oh, look at all these conquistadors coming in. I mean, 3 castle conk production is not half bad.
Yes.
And all of the monks are still alive. Well, at least almost all of them.
Exactly, and also now Nicov is going for the elite skirms, and Fire is calling the GG here, guys.
That was like, the conks came in from the left, and then the monks got like a million conversions at once. That was pretty sick. Second half of the engagement for Nicov. Well played for him in that game number 2.
Very, very well played by Nicov here. And also, you know, he seems to like his Spanish here on this map, because, you know, the second time now I see him doing that. And I have to say he had a very nice map. That's for sure.
But he called the restart, and I think that was the correct decision.
Exactly, for sure. He also played it very well for his map. And Fire, you know, he was hanging in there, but he knew if I get pushed with Castle, I lose all the access to stone and gold. And that's exactly the reason why he went for the stone very early on, sacrificing the villagers. And, you know, that's why he didn't have the economy as Nicov did. I wonder, however, why Fire has not gone for the restart, because his map compared to Nikov's was very, very bad.
That is true. That's definitely true. We'll have to see, as obviously Fire almost certainly has his tournament life on the line with this game. I mean, if he loses this series, it's going to be really hard to come back from being 1-3.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him, that's for sure.
So it should be R2? No, or left, because, yeah, and then...
Chinese?
Oh, it is R2 actually as well.
Okay, Chinese and Spanish.
So, game number 3 tide pool. Is this going to be a straightforward Japanese Italians, you think?
I think so. I really, really think so. Japanese is just so strong on this map with the faster working fishing ship and also stronger health or more health. So, should be good for them. And Italians, they're just faster to feudalate, right? So,
Mhm.
or in general, faster to clicking because the resources are not as high or the costs are not as high for going into the further stages.
Yep.
So, I guess it's going to be Italians against Japanese.
So, I know there's been a lot of debate between expert players. Okay, are Japanese the best water serve right now? Are Italians? I think like even your teammates on Secret have different opinions on it. Which one do you favor in like a pretty straight up water map in the early game in tide pool?
So we always have to differ between, let's say, islands, for example, where the
Mhm.
dogs most likely are further away, or team islands or tide pool, for example, where most likely both players go for the front water.
Yeah.
There I like a lot the Malay because of the
Really?
faster upgrade time. Then also Italians, obviously, as I said, lower costs for going to the next stages. Japanese, obviously, since the fires got nerfed, only deal 1 damage to 1 fishing boat per whatever per time.
Per 0.25 seconds.
Oh my god. You know stuff, man.
I know stuff.
I have to say, you're a procaster, man.
Procaster.
Yeah, ever since Japanese is a very valid option as well. So I guess it's the 3 civs here which are very strong.
Mhm.
So
Those are the 3 that come to my mind as well.
exactly. So that's why I'm pretty sure we will see both of them now, Italians against Japanese here.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess Fire obviously was known for his water play back in the day, back when fire galleys
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
exist and people had fun on water maps.
Oh yes, that was
Uh,
very nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nicov though, he really has seemed to be a big fan of this map, picking it a couple times now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That
Even
will
though
hap-
Fire has gone for it now, but Nicov likes it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are about to jump into game number 3. Let's see what the maps, what the civs are. And I have to say, the both of us, we were pretty, how do you say?
Competent?
Yes, I like the word. On point with the civs.
There we go.
But Fire, he seems to have paused, or what is he doing? Yes.
Is it I mean, you wouldn't call read that fast unless it's an admin ray, right?
No. There's something wrong.
Do you think this counts as a bugged map? Because this is not a normal looking tide pool.
No, it's not a bug map. That's fine. It's just the map generation. Every now and then that happens. But still, I wonder why Fire has gone for the exit.
They have the wrong version of tide pool.
Oh.
There's no sheep on the TC.
Oh.
To the stream
Uh.
and fill time, and I will try to find the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
All
We've-
right. So.
we have played that in the tournament so far. But okay, that's how
Okay.
it is.
So, in case you guys didn't hear what Nili was saying over my shoulder right there, they apparently picked the wrong version of Tide Pool, which apparently does not have the sheep under the TC, which all the maps in this tournament have that aspect, just like in KOTD2. So, just need to go and give them that RMS file. Should be able to get in there pretty quickly. For the time being, Jordan and I can take some questions from the Twitch chat. But it's been good so far, man. I've really been enjoying this cast.
yeah, me as well. And we had some very good games so far, especially the first game. I really liked that one.
Yeah, that
because
was
it was so neck on neck.
really back and forth.
So let's see. Do we have some questions popping up, guys? Fire comeback.
Maybe.
Let's see. The map, tide pool, Japanese against Italians, should be fairly equal. So everything is possible there for sure.
Who's been your favorite person to meet IRL that you haven't met IRL before? Man. Honestly, it's like a cop-out answer, but everybody, because I haven't met anybody before IRL. So just being here at this event, like my first Age of Empires event, it's just so great.
Yeah, it's a great experience, isn't it? What else do we have? Hi, Jordy. Who do you think will win NAC2? I know it will be you. Yes. I wish. I wish I had your confidence, man. Yeah, you know, if you want Fire or Jordan to or me to take off the shirt, Jordan could take off Fire's t-shirt. You think if Fire had taken off his t-shirt, he would be stronger? What do you think?
I mean, it's like you can't contain that power at that point.
Yeah, I know.
So the issue is we wanted to have a sheep under the TC, as you all know,
Yes.
but we didn't do that for TaToH. So I allowed them to restart as often as they want, till both players have a TC in vision within the first 30 seconds.
Okay, good.
Should be
It shouldn't be a problem.
shouldn't be a problem. And yeah, then they just play the normal game.
Mm-hmm. Good admin decision.
Okay.
Oh, and it looks like we're going right into it.
Yes. Let's see what we have here. Let's hope for some sheep. Okay.
Okay.
Fire. Nicov is set himself nicely and Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes. Yes.
This isn't like the old days when you saw like a lot of Nomad in tournaments and you'd have like 5 restarts just for Nomad.
Imagine that as a player. That was so annoying.
Oh, I'm
And
sure it was.
everyone-
I was watching you play.
Yes, and everyone was always waiting for 4 minutes because you wanted to save
yeah,
your restart,
exactly.
right?
So it's not like it would be a
Oh,
fast process.
it was always so bad.
Oh man. Regardless, in this game here, I guess technically in F1Re, we'll have Fire in the red as the Italians as predicted in the west of the map, and in the east in the blue. Winning the first couple games in this series, totally putting Fire on at the his series life on the line, will be Nicov in the blue as the Japanese.
Yes, and this will most likely pretty much be a straightforward dog for both of them. Fast rush, and then let's see who is able to pull it off. That's what we can expect so far. So nothing more to add here, honestly.
All right, let's just check out, grab some more coffee.
Yes,
and
guys, we will be right back.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah,
but I
it's-
would be surprised if anyone would do something out of the ordinary here, to be honest.
Man, I've never seen the water with this animation before.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's so relaxing and peaceful
yeah.
until the fire galleys are, blowing each other up.
Yes, but I have to chill now when I see that water. So
Yeah,
so chill.
just relax on the beach,
Yes.
in the tide pool.
Yes.
But-
Okay, so Nicov has gone for luring one deer. Has Fire done the same? Let's check that. No, he has not. But I guess his okay would be possible, but Fire wants to scout. What is the trade-off? 41 to 39. Okay.
So slight
better-
edge there for Nicov.
Yeah, exactly. Nicov going for his first lure here. Building 2 lumber camps. Okay.
Yep, we see this a lot of the times with Japanese, just because you have the 2 for 1. Sometimes like if the wood lines are kind of on the smaller side, you usually see it.
Interesting. So Fire was able to get some hits back to Nicov, so now he has more HP, and having the stronger scout is a huge thing on
Yeah, just
maps
ask
like
DauT.
this. Huh?
Just ask DauT.
Yeah.
Getting his villager killed on this map against Viper. And
Yeah,
dock position.
DauT didn't have the best experience here against Viper. His scout was, very annoying for DauT for sure.
Oh yeah, but look at this Fire. He's ready.
Very close docks here.
I mean, this is
Very
like
close.
mega Baltic at this point. I mean, we thought like Baltic and Medi were like the most aggressive water maps, but
Yes, but now for sure.
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Rooster, because Rooster
Oh,
is
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
built like that as well,
Mhm.
but just doesn't have the connection, or Tidepool doesn't have the connection as Rooster does to the outside of the map. So we have 2 separate waters here, and yeah, both of them obviously, going for fishing boats, villagers, and trying to set up their economy to grush. Most likely people see fires or fire galleys, because galleys are not too vulnerable or viable.
They're too vulnerable. They're not
Yes.
viable.
Viable. Hard English, man. Hard English.
It's okay. It's a silly language. But yeah, man, wish we saw more galley wars. But I mean, I do feel like once you get past the early Fire Galley stuff, the new quote-unquote water meta that we've been playing for a couple of years now is actually really interesting and pretty diverse because, again, once you get past all that stuff and you do see the galleys and war galleys start to come out, we can see a lot of, different units within the water triangle and, see stuff a bit more dynamic throughout the game rather than just hitting the A key or whatever you use for galley for the entire game.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see. So both of them going for loom now, and let's see who's able to click up faster. The good thing is, okay, Fire clicked up just a few seconds, just 4 seconds, so it's not really a huge deal, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I talk about it whenever I cast a water map, but that Dark Age build order optimization is so critical as, like, these water maps are all about mechanics, really, as you're going for the same strategy almost all the time, no matter what the Civ, unless you're Vikings. But, yeah, it's all about just who can get these sort of marginal advantages, take control of the water, and snowball that early lead.
Yes, I remember back in the days when we played Galleys on water, it was just, if you were 3 seconds late, this could cost you the game. So it was always so important to have a perfect build order and to have your micro of the galleys on point. But nowadays it's not so important anymore, especially if you're Japanese. You just need to build your fire galleys as well, and then it's all about having a bit better micro, especially also with the demo ships here.
And having critically much better fire galley micro as you right-click your enemy's fire galley.
Yes, that's super hard, man. That's super hard. I can tell that you're not too pleased with the current water meta. Did you enjoy the galleys more?
So I think, like I was saying, the fire galleys are kind of boring in terms of both playing and watching. But once you get past like the mid feudal age and we can see more of the water tech tree, I think that it's way better than in AOC. Okay. Because especially like late feudal age, beginning of castle age, all the way through the end of the game, it was just like patrolling back and forth with your ships.
Yeah. Okay, so we have to wait a bit more, and then we are able to see the first units. So Nicov is going for his third dock here. What is Fire doing? Is he also adding his third dock? No. Okay, second dock, or 2 docks only. So that's very interesting. He's very late on that. Okay, let's see. Now the first galleys are about to come. Third dock as well. And both of them are just chillaxing here.
Why fight when you can fish?
Exactly. So let's see. First hit. Nicov is chilling.
This is not great for Fire. I mean, he spent all that time attacking that fishing ship, which is not even close to dying, and he is way behind when it comes to HP right now.
Exactly.
Slower to get that third dock up and running, and I really have to think Nikov's going to have a nice little edge right here, though this villager is going to be starting to repair the fire.
Yes, but still it's better fight here, or better first start for Nicov, because he's added his third dock a bit faster. And the fishing ship is taking a bit beat here by the scout. Interesting.
Oh man, the fishing ship lost half of its HP.
What the hell? But Fire is losing health on his scout. Which doesn't make sense at all for him, but okay, he's gone for that. And now Nicov is sitting on one more fire ship. And now I'm sure demolition rafts are about to join the fray as well. Yeah, we have one about to go in for Nicov, while Fire is also adding one. So pretty much the same build order by both of them.
Indeed, that is the case. Fishing ship's obviously a bit weaker here for Fire. And let's see if either of these guys can get some big demo raft hits. Oh.
You want to go back? Go back. Oh,
nice.
Very nice micro here by Nicov.
Nicov
very nice.
Getting the good hit and avoiding the big hit on his side. Definitely having the better trade there. We see Fire on the run with his fire galleys, not living up to his own name right there.
Oh no, definitely not. And that's very surprising. Fire has taken a very hard beat here by the demolition raft from Nicov. And now definitely Fire has the edge here. But it's not like he's won already. It's very close still.
Ooh, nice flank there for Nicov. Cutting off the retreating fire galleys from Fire. Right there. Gonna be able to pick off another one. Oh.
What happened there?
Not quite sure. I think that Fire lost some more stuff though. I mean, look at the KD, 4-1 already for Nicov.
Yeah. Fire was able to pick off that one demolition raft. That's very nice pick off, because That's the most crucial unit in the game. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, my God. Fire could have done such an amazing job here by a hit, but unfortunately he was not able to place it properly. And yeah, now what is Nicov doing? He's a bit off with his micro here, not using all his fire ships, but still he's having a nice KD ratio. He's also having one villager more, and he's adding the archery range now. So
queuing up 3 archers instantly too.
yeah, exactly. Which is a bit too much.
Which seems kind of weird because he's winning the water, or he was up until now, right? Oh.
He will still win it. Very bad trades here for fire.
Yeah, well.
But they're very close, indeed. Very, very close. But obviously, Nicov invested wood into archers. No, Nicov did not see that. If Nicov would be able to pick off Fire Scout, then that would be very, very good for him.
Oh, where is Fire Scout?
Fire Scout is here on the left-hand side. And
oh.
Nikov's
Well, they're both really low.
6 HP, both of them.
Yeah, they're 2 hits away from killing each other.
Yeah. Okay, so... okay, Fire is going for the fishing boats here. And Nicov is retreating with the demolition raft. So, guys, it's just, you know, being patient on this map. It's very hard. If you make one single mistake, this can cost you the water control. So you want to be better safe than sorry. And is Nicov going for the blacksmith and fletching now? Yes.
There we go.
Researching fletching. You really want to have fletching before you hit the villagers, because, you know, villagers have those +2 pierce armor, and if the archers have 3 attack or 5 attack instead of 4, that helps a lot.
Indeed, it does. Another small trade here. Looks like it might have been slightly in favor of Fire. Larger military.
Oh my God! That was so close.
Oh my God!
So close. Oh my God.
Oh, but here come the archers. Blacksmith was able to be established for Fire, so Nicov didn't jump in time to deny that. But yeah, big kind of stalemate kind of in the middle. But there's some advantage coming in for Mr. Nicov as Fire getting distracted by... Oh, losing the scout there for Nicov. But Fire getting distracted by these 3 archers with fletching. Yeah. Players are going to have to concentrate on 2 fronts at the same time. This is obviously very tricky, but look at the military head count just balloon in favor of Nicov with a huge demo raft.
Use it! Use it! Use it! He's listening at least.
Oh, man. Oh, but he's not focusing the right fire galley.
No, he's not. But how is the gold at Fire's place looking like?
He
he lost a lot of villagers here.
2 villagers, I think he lost. But look at... Oh, wow, that is a huge villager deficit. Also losing the fishing ships as well. This might be snowballing out of control in favor of Nicov.
Yeah, it could be very, very hard. I mean, controlling both places at once is super hard. But okay, Fire is going indeed for the faster castle age.
He does have the cheap castle age as Italians, which is really nice. And, I mean, look at Nicov. He's quite far away from clicking up.
What are the archers doing? Yes, okay, Fire has walled himself, kind of. So he is, for now, a bit safe. But really, Nicov really needs to focus now on getting his upgrades for castle age, because you don't want to be too late here. Even use the market if you can.
Yeah, but Fire with no military right now. He has absolutely nothing to defend himself other than just walls. But the thing with Tide Pool, you have this rocky terrain that you can't wall. So the archers are going to have, well, I guess can get delayed a bit further.
Kill her.
Oh.
Kill her! Yes.
Kill her.
He killed, well, he shot at her. That's actually very important, because now he's able to kill her. 1 HP.
There
Get
we
her.
go.
Yes. And now he's able to enter it, because if Fire would have managed to wall that 1 tile, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, he would have had to have walked all the way around here,
Exactly.
which is quite the difference. And Fire, of course, the thing he needs now is time to get up to the castle age. That is the stable I was looking for. We'll be going for the night play, and he's going to need to make something happen with it. I think Nicov should be walling himself in at home, especially once he sees castle age.
He will add pikes for sure, because walling himself is so hard. He will do the most necessary things he needs to wall, and then he will go obviously for the pikes himself. But Fire, I have to say, is super fast. Nicov has just clicked up while Fire has reached cast age already, but in the meanwhile we have forgotten to mention that Fire kind of lost the water.
Oh, I mean, I guess I was showing it earlier, but I guess we didn't really talk about it. Yeah, like nothing on the water here for Fire. We did also highlighted the back dock a little bit.
What is there in the bottom? Is Fire about to go
Build
to
a
the
house?
corners? I guess he will
He's
focus.
building a house, Jordan!
Yes, 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 definitely. Very good move there by Fire. And now I guess he will
An
go for...
outpost!
Yes, they're throwing at each other, man.
Oh, man. But Nicov is on his way up to the castle age, importantly, around 40% there. Knights should be coming out, cleaning up whatever archers. Maybe another villager died by the looking of that skeleton. Still 10 villager lead for Mr. Nicov right now, and because Fire had to invest in this defensive watchtower, oh, maybe even the hippos here were able to kill some archers or something.
Yeah, looks like that.
Yeah, but
So
+1/+1 knights coming in.
Yes, 3 knights going to Nikov's base right now, and Nicov is... how is he looking like? So he has added 2 barracks, so pikes are about to come, I guess. But let's see what Nicov can do to defend those knights. He doesn't want to lose villagers, obviously. What will Nicov do on the south side? Will he add a dock there, or...
2 houses!
2 houses, man. He likes those houses indeed.
Oh, look at this, 3 houses, the hard counter. No, but it's going to be another dock here just to make your fishing ships have less distance to travel. Anyway, Nicov hitting the castle age, 17 military to 4, but a lot of that is absorbed in the water in the middle, which isn't really doing much.
Quick waltz. Okay, but at least Nicov saw those knights, and yeah, he's perfectly fine.
That is a lot of Mr. Pokey Pokes from Nicov, and they're Japanese Pokey Pokes at that, which can poke at an even faster rate of poking.
Yes, exactly. A lot of poking involved here. And Fire is doing a nice job dodging everything, but I have to say Nicov is on point here with his gameplay.
Ooh,
He's
nice
looking
interception as well.
super strong.
Yeah, nice interception on the Knights. Of course, Knights abusing that mobility advantage they have over the Spearmen. No Squires, of course, as of just yet. There's Siege Workshops forward from Nicov as well. He wants to bring the damage to his opponent. A couple annoying archers over here as well. Defensive Siege Workshop, it looks like Fire will be sending those guys to get cleaned up. Pikeman upgrade now coming in for Nicov as well. And he should be working with just a greater and greater advantage. Already getting pretty far ahead in the score lead. 3rd TC even on the way for our blue player.
Yeah, I have to say Nicov is setting himself up much better than Fire is, because Fire is now sitting, because of the invested tower, on 1 TC. He's okay having the outside fish, but the inside fish is a bit better. So it's gonna be hard for him to kind of recover in this game, but he's not all out of this game just yet. What is happening on the right hand side there of Fire space? Nikov's space? The pikes only,
Yeah.
knights only. Okay, so nothing too bad here, but still, you know, Fire tries to keep Nicov busy, but Nicov is chillaxing. He's having a nice economy, getting his TCs up, fishing boats, and sitting himself, you know, very up and very nicely here in the water as well in the middle.
Knights possibly could pick off this villager, which would be really nice, but unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Wait, does Fire not know about... Okay, so he sees the Siege Workshop.
but he didn't realize it just yet.
Yeah.
And now those monks again from Nicov.
Oh,
as
this could be a
expected.
disaster here.
No.
Oh,
Oh no, DauT TC.
DauT TC
And
indeed.
eat the mangonel. Eat the mangonel shots. Okay, don't eat them. What?
Well, 1 villager going, and
Two.
there's still nothing to defend this.
Three.
And
Oh my God.
Spearman here
4.
as well, or Pikeman rather, and oh man, insta deny on that TC. There is a second TC to the north here for Fire, but our red player is already on the 3. The Knights aren't doing anything over here. There's way too many Pikemen here to defend at home.
Yeah. So Fire must be super frustrated right now, because there's literally nothing he can really do to get rid of the aggression here of Nicov. And Fire has done an amazing job here microing, and he will be able to kill another villager. No, and he wants to take the shot, and Fire has done perfect micro here, I have to say, killing the villager, I guess, unintentionally. And he's dodging those fires. I like those mangonels micros, because one single mistake and you're dead, like we can see right now.
Ooh, nice attack round there as well, getting a ton of damage on those pikemen. But again, is it just too far out of Fire's hands? Look at that population difference.
What is Nicov building here? And GG. It is GG, guys.
Wow.
Nicov was able to take the 3rd game as well. So in total he beat Fire 3-0, I have to say. The games were kind of close, but then Nicov has done the extra effort to pull himself a bit further in the advantage against Fire here.
I feel like especially in like the mid game, you know, however long the games happen to be, we really I think saw Nicov like make better decisions,
Exactly.
take better engagements, and go for the sorts of attacks and army compositions that really allowed him to really start to snowball.
Yeah, yeah. And you can also see on Fire's face, he is not looking happy at all.
Poor Fire.
He had, I'm sure, very high hopes playing against Nicov here. But yeah, I'm very interested now in what both of them have to say here. We will soon have them on the couch, guys, and then we will ask them obviously a few questions. In the meanwhile, we are checking out the cameras. How is it looking there? Maybe we can also switch to the living room to see who is chilling there and who has spectated the game so far.
Break scene.
Let's see. What are they doing there? Ah, okay.
There's everybody.
Yes, so Liereyy is chilling. Turkman has just passed. And who is it over there? Must be Viper, his girlfriend. DauT is just trying to get himself out there. And yeah, guys, so that was the first set of today. We have 3 more incoming. Will be very great matches as well.
Indeed.
And what is the next series, OrnLu? Do you know?
Viper Liereyy.
Oh my god.
That's-
Viper Liereyy.
I think that's a decent series. It's like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, every now and then I enjoy watching those kind of series, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Tell to the viewers that the interview is for both players. If the loser want to make the interview, he's in the mood. You
Okay.
know, but he's not forced to do it.
Okay.
And the Fire DauT is not in the mood, so he's not gonna get the interview. It's only gonna be the interview only Nico.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
Guys, so we've just gotten the information that we will have Nicov on the couch here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a good feeling after beating Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what he is about to say here. We will just wait until he comes. And then, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
But
well, there's
okay,
Nicov.
Nicov
Can switch
is
things
here.
over.
Yes,
Who's doing the interview? You or me?
you can.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, guys. Then, have fun. Was a pleasure to cast with you.
Yeah, it was a lot of
OrnLu.
fun.
And guys, stay tuned, obviously. We have a great matchup coming
Yeah.
up.
All right, I'm ready whenever.
Can you listen? You listen? The microphone. Oh.
Okay. So, everybody, we have Mr. Nicov here for the winner's interview. How are you feeling after taking out Fire 3-0 there?
Happy. It was a very expected result, honestly. But, expected like 3-2 for either of us.
Yeah, I think that even if it was a 3-0, the games were in general fairly close, and I think there were a lot of points where a lot of them could have gone either way. I think game 3 was, I think you seemed to be really confident on TaToH.
Yeah.
So I guess we can start there. Yeah, do you think just it came down to experience on the map and just taking the better fights?
I don't have experience with the map. you saw it yesterday as Viper. Well, yeah, I don't know. I tried to up earlier than yesterday. It worked because we had the same amount of fire ship at the same time, so it was about who micros better.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
who
you felt like you had
passes the
better
better demo ship as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there was one fight where simultaneously you got a big demo hit on him and you split your fire galleys, so you didn't like take the
Yeah,
big demo hit.
I took a little damage from one demo ship, one
Yeah.
fire ship.
And it's amazing how these maps can really just snowball from there. And I mean, Fire, I
Yeah,
think,
it's hard to recover.
yeah, I mean, Fire, I think, was probably doing the right thing in terms of the Knights and trying to raid you, but obviously having the Spearmen and Pikemen there wasn't really taking much damage. Guess working backwards. Game number 2 on TaToH. I was talking with Jordan as we were casting together. Why do you like Spanish on this map in particular? This is the second time you've played them now.
Because it's kinda an easy map to wall, and conquistadors are the best unit in the game, Castle Age. So
We
you
agree.
can just wall, drop a castle, and micro congs forever.
Mm-hmm.
They have very few counters.
Yeah, definitely. Why did you go for the tower rush there? Is it just because your Fire had the resources forward?
No, because I had the result. I had my 3 of
Okay.
buys forward completely exposed. So
Yeah,
playing feudal normally will be kind of risky if he comes forward or tries to drop up forward tower with more army. I will lose control of the 3 golds and it's over.
yeah, certainly. I think Jordan and I were talking that once you got that castle there, I think you were feeling really safe with your map because all the stones were in the back.
Yeah.
Of course, the way rehydration works, you have the fish in the back. I think you're probably feeling pretty comfortable from there. Never really took any eco damage.
Yeah, I even lost in the forward builds that were mine stone. I was still feeling good in that game after dropping the castle and knowing that I was gonna be safe the rest of the game.
Yeah.
In my economy at least.
Yeah.
Then I just had to micro for
Yeah.
zero lag. Conks are way too
yeah.
strong.
It's like Laming and Conks and Plumed Archers. I'm sure if they weren't
Yeah.
always banned. So I guess ending with the first game. That one I think was pretty back and forth for Arabia. Celts versus Berbers is a pretty interesting matchup. What do you think about having to play Berbers there?
I honestly prefer Celts versus Berbers most of the times because the pikeman, Mangonel, Rush, and early Halbardier and Rams is very hard to stop for the Berber player.
Yeah.
Well, I took some good fights versus the forward. I managed myself to put me in a better situation for early Castle Age, massing a lot of knights. I mean,
Yeah, I think
I couldn't afford +2 armor. That was kind of a problem because the Exo were making a lot of damage with the time they shoot.
Yeah, I think what Jordan and I were talking about is some of the most decisive parts there is that Fire was way faster to add TCs as your 1 TC for quite some time.
Yeah.
But you were able to get a big raid in, like splitting up all your knights across his base. And then later on, when there was the big fight kind of south of the hill at the middle of the map, when you had all the hand cannons, it really seemed like Fire didn't have the answer to the hand cannons that he needed.
Well, Celts have no answer to hand cannons other than Siege.
Yeah.
Onagers or Siege Onagers or even Scorpions, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, Siege Ram and Halves are better than hand grenadiers in many situations because you can just garrison the Halves into Rams and they move like Ferraris and take down any building in the way. He could amass enough army.
Did you think that, because if I remember correctly, Fire had the siege rams there. Do you think he should have jumped his infantry into the siege rams?
Yeah, I always do that every time. Garrison all the Halves inside. And
Yeah.
so they are safe and the Rams move faster and make more damage.
Yeah, exactly.
So the army is safe.
Yes, that might have been an interesting idea there. So, other than that, I would think it was pretty straightforward 3-0. I guess, do you have any thoughts about going forward? You're 2-2 now, I think?
I don't know who I'm playing next, honestly. I have no idea.
Well, I think that if you get another win, I think you're totally guaranteed to go through. So, I think hopefully you're feeling pretty good, winning the last series. And yeah, anything else you want to add before we end the interview?
No, pretty much say everything. Thank you for the interview and the casting.
Yeah,
JorDan.
of course. It was a lot of fun. And with that, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll throw it back over to the computer people.
Z here, and welcome to my NAC2 map pack showcase. The premise is simple. I spend 1 to 2 minutes addressing each map with its layout, standard resources, civilization picks, and any other potential notes or features. There's a total of 12 maps that will have their timestamps listed on screen now for you to skip to before watching any specific game on that map. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy and don't criticize my civ suggestions too much. I was kind of short on time. Arabia is the standard open competitive map in Age of Empires 2, with resources often exposed and bases being wide open, resulting in the high aggression present in the current meta, while still maintaining a healthy flow of power spike progression for each player to utilize. Arabia's resources typically spawn at a medium to far distance, with all sheep and boars tending to be relatively easy to find. Arabia's golden stones spawn relatively far away from the town centre compared to other maps, however they are guaranteed to spawn in your region of the map. Also, players typically get 1 to 3 wood lines around the town centre, making it quite possible to wall up with an appropriate investment. Some other features of Arabia are the abundance of hills, occasional cliffs, and then on the desert variant of the map, there's a bunch of small ponds scattered around the wood lines of the map. Because of this, players tend to try and exploit bad stone, gold, woodlines, and berry patches, with early military such as scouts or men-at-arms both usually followed up with aggression such as archers, skirmishers, or towers. Civilizations that work well with this would be civs like the Mayans, Aztecs, Incas, Slavs, Indians, Huns, and Franks. Coast to Mountain has a nomad start, with water along one side of the map and a large hill to the other. Between lays a flat plain with a bunch of additional elephants and zebra. The mountain contains most of the gold, stones, and wood, while the coastline contains additional wood and gold along with water access. Players start with 2 scouting camels, 3 goats, and 3 houses. Elephants and zebra tend to spawn quite close with additional hunt across the rest of the plains. As mentioned previously, wood and gold spawns along the mountains and the coastline, with a few baobab trees spawning along the plains for immediate town centre placement, while stone only spawns along the mountains. The fish present on Coast to Mountain should last well into the Castle Age and is worth Castle Age expansion if minimally contested. Additionally, investing into fish traps may become relevant come the late game. Players planning on taking advantage of the hunt for early aggression need to weigh the risks of not developing their food economies on the water, making the balance between commitment to land and water one of the main appeals of this map. Some civilizations we can expect to see on Coast to Mountain are the Mongols for the hunt and the Chinese for their additional villagers. Additionally, civs like the Japanese, Malians, Berbers, or Malay should also be strong. El Dorado is a classic competitive map, testing players' ability to hotly contest the resources in the middle, which are permanently visible. Action is also forced due to farms not being able to be placed on the shores around the town centre, causing villagers to gather resources in much more exposed positions than usual. The map has a single close boar, far sheep and deer, along with 2 marlins jumping out of the sands next to the town centre, with tiny woodlines throughout the map, and the gold and stone mines only containing 2 tiles each, further incentivizing players to aggressively expand towards the centre. In terms of terrain, there's a considerable number of hills scattered along the sides of the map, with a few hills spawning between players and the centre, often becoming a major point of focus throughout the game. Based on what El Dorado incentivizes, we can expect to see civilizations such as the Chinese, Incas, Indians, Byzantines, Spanish, Magyars, and Burmese excel for their relevant bonuses. Flooded Cross spawns with 4 large ponds in each of the corners of the map, with a considerable amount of deep-sea fish in each. These ponds are also joined together along the edges of the map and between the players, creating a canal that must be crossed to reach your opponent's base. The resources on Flooded Cross spawn mostly standard, with medium distance boars, medium to far deer, and medium to far sheep. 3 gold piles are guaranteed to spawn close, medium, and far from the town centre, along with 2 medium distance stone piles. The woodlines are slightly smaller than Arabia, however more than solid enough to see you throughout the game. In terms of features, the connected ponds make water control more important than the original cross, where loss of 1 pond will now spiral into the loss of further ponds. Additionally, the central canal presents players a way to utilize their navy against land units by blocking the crossings and presenting a considerable risk of demolition ships. Also, the various canals can now be walled by players creating docks in the canals themselves, blocking naval access. Another notable feature of Flooded Cross is that the woodlines, while smaller, typically allow players to wall up quite effectively. Based on this, Flooded Cross will likely see civilizations such as the Italians, Japanese, Malians, and Malay, with plenty of other good civilizations out there as well. Gold Rush is a map that has a large amount of gold in the center on or around a bunch of hills. Players are forced to fight over these center resources throughout the game due to limited gold availability from their bases. Gold Rush has far sheep, medium boar, and deer, with a decent number of woodlines nearby. Only 2 small gold mines spawning close to the town centre, and 2 standard stone mines, both a medium distance away. In terms of notable features, a large number of wolves spawn around the central gold, presenting a minor risk to drush or men-at-arms related strategies. This can be minimized with proper scouting precautions, however. Another noticeable feature on Gold Rush is how the map can be incredibly closed at times. You might also notice that when less trees spawn at one player's base, more trees will often spawn around their opponent, making a perfect basis for strategies such as Drush fast castles. Occasionally though, players might simply opt for a civilization that can deal with a limited gold supply well, hoping for their economy or unit choices to win out instead. Based on these features, it's likely that Gold Rush will see a considerable number of restarts, so that players can have the best odds of executing their preferred strategies. All things considered, we can expect to see civilizations such as the Mayans, Slavs, Malians, and Byzantines shine here on Gold Rush. Graveyard is a slightly more closed version of Arabia with its larger woodlines while having all of its secondary gold/stone piles scattered across the map. And to state the obvious, there's an assortment of skeletons, abandoned ruins, headstones, and spooky dead trees for theming. Only the ruins block building placement, however. In terms of resources, the total of 5 sheep, not the standard 8, are found at a medium distance, with the 2 boars also spawning at a close to medium distance along with the medium deer. The only main, guaranteed golden stone piles both spawn relatively close to the town centre, along with the aforementioned scattering of additional mines. Besides the decorations, the only other notable features are the large number of relics, somewhere in the ballpark of 10+, which could be incredibly strong for the Aztecs specifically. Keeping all things in mind, the civilizations I'd expect to see on Graveyard are the Slavs, Aztecs, Mayans, and Incas. Land Madness is incredibly unique. It spreads its resources across the entire map with a ton of berry bushes, 2-tile gold mines, and 3-tile stone mines. Additionally, Land Madness's woodlines have borders of unbuildable ice surrounding them, forcing players to keep portions of their base open to include woodlines. Quick walls are still possible, however any ranged support can exploit this weakness promptly. The total of 5 sheep spawn extremely close to the town centre, along with the single close boar and 6 deer. Typically players will have 2 to 3 usable berry patches in the early game within 10 to 20 tiles of the town centre, not to mention the starting free bushes already next to it. In most cases, players will have 1 to 3 woodlines to work with, along with the main gold and stone mines scattered across the map, usually with 2 to 3 nearby. Besides the ice surrounding the woodlines and the scattered resources all over the map, there isn't much else to mention besides there only being a few hills present on Land Madness. Given the resources and playstyle incentivized, we can expect to see civilizations such as the Franks being picked a lot for their bonuses synergy with the map. Additionally, you can expect to see civilizations like the Indians, Berbers, or Slavs in an attempt to try and counter the Franks on arguably their best map. Prairie can be one of the most open maps in the Nili Apartment Cup 2 map pool. The map also spawns with a bunch of additional wildlife far from the town centres for the players to risk taking. In terms of resources, Prairie has an assortment of both close and far resources for players to utilise. The 5 to 6 turkeys spawn incredibly close to the town centre along with 6 deer. The single standard boar spawns at a medium distance. There's also no proper berry patch, only the 2 berry bushes spawning right next to your town centre. For the woodlines, players typically have 1 to 3 decent woodlines for use in the earlier stages of the game, and for the gold/stone piles, players spawn with the main secondary tertiary standard for both gold and stone, all within the medium ranges for each type, which is more stone guaranteed than most maps. The 2 extra golds and the single stone piles are scattered around the map. The additional wildlife is in the form of boars and deer generally found in groups 40+ tiles away from the town centres in any direction. Another notable feature is that players begin with 2 scouts, helping them to scout faster and lure more additional resources under the town centre. Besides that, there isn't any other notable features for this very flat map, besides that players may choose to expend their restarts on this map, depending on whether they get an appropriate woodline. Based on these factors, we can expect to see civilizations such as the Franks, Mongols, Mayans, Slavs, and Japanese for their strong economy bonuses and military. Another fun one to mention is the Magyars for their discounted scouts, and villagers one-shotting wolves, and generally good transitions for such an open map. Regicide Fortress is one of the classic non-standard AOC maps, striking the balance between a fast developing economy and late game action, all while including multiple unique units in a rather dynamic way with its Civ draft. Players spawn with an additional 6 villagers, 600 wood, 600 food, and 100 less gold and stone. Additionally, players spawn with 5 farms, 4 towers, a barracks, castle, and king, which if lost results in an immediate defeat. In terms of gatherable resources, players have 2 medium distance spores along with 3 medium to far gold piles and 2 medium to far stone piles. For wood, players typically get 1 to 3 decent wood lines which can occasionally be secured in with a few additional walls linking up with your pre-existing base. There are no sheep or deer present for your king to feast on, only llamas for the Incas. Other than a few hills, there's not too much else going on in Regicide Fortress besides the decision to commit heavier into unique units or booming, with the occasional Peto bust as well. Keeping things in mind, we can expect to see strong unique unit civilizations such as the Mayans, Berbers, Burmese, Spanish, Goths and Chinese all doing quite well for themselves in the appropriate matchups. Rehydration is a moderately open map with hundreds of box turtles surrounding the edges of the map. These box turtles are the fastest standard gatherable resource in the game and provide an immense amount of food throughout the match, sparking boatloads of aggression, often mixed with a healthy boom to back things up. The other resources on the map are a little different to standard, so here they are. 8 goats at a medium to far distance, with the starting ones especially close, 1 elephant at a medium distance, no zebra, ostriches, or berries. Rehydration's gold situation is the standard 3 pile setup being at a medium spawn distance, and the same is true for the 2 stone pile setup. Extra gold and stones as per usual are scattered over the map with 2 piles of each per player. Wood lines are moderately sized and tend to make walling relatively easy by the early stages of the feudal age, forcing gameplay often into the castle age or beyond. When it comes to features, this map is rather flat when compared to most other maps with the exception of Prairie. Also, instead of a scout, players spawn with 2 scouts and camels with reduced line of sight. Based on the map, we can expect to see civilizations such as the Japanese, Indians, Malians and Chinese excel for their powerful economy bonuses. Seize the Hump is debatably the most aggressive map in the whole Nili's Apartment Cup 2 map pool, forcing its players to leave their starting land masses with woodlines containing only half a dozen trees each, along with no gold, stone or berries. Because of this, players fight fiercely over the hump to stake their claims over the vastly superior and necessary resources far away from their town centres. The 8 sheep, 2 boars and 4 deer spawn on or near the starting island on the shallows. As mentioned, the remaining wood, gold, stone and berries are all found atop the hump. The main features I've noticed this map having is the ability to place down docks, and potentially demo your opponent's villagers or armies leaving the island, or invest into Malay fish traps, for example. Based on the map as a whole, I'd expect to see civilizations like the Japanese, Celts, Incas, Malians, Byzantines, Indians, Slavs and Franks to do relatively well on this map. Tide Pool is a water map with 2 bodies of water for players to choose from due to the land being donut shaped, with both having decent fishing available. The land starts with a beach and then slopes up to normal terrain height where both players spawn on opposite sides of the map. In terms of resources available on Tide Pool, there's 2 standard boar, sheep and deer all spawning at a medium to far distance with the standard numbers. While the main gold and stones both spawn very close to the town centre, the secondary resources don't seem to be guaranteed and rather are scattered around the map. The woodlines are often on the smaller end, however are perfectly sufficient and often usable for walling. Deep sea fish are available in both water sources, with the most reliable fish being found in the middle or in the corners of the map. In terms of other features, Tide Pool has an unsailable section of beach where players can wall across to prevent land armies advancing. However, if walls are not made at this beach connection, it'll be much harder to wall properly due to the slope terrain being unbuildable. Finally, with these points in mind, we can expect the Italians, Japanese, Malay, Malians, and Portuguese to be some of the strongest civilizations based on their water prowess. Thank you to everyone who made it this far. I hope that this video helps you get more out of NAC2 and that you would also be interested in checking out my other projects. I'm extremely proud of the other map overviews on my channel as well as the Capture Age project. Version 2 is going to be huge. Thanks again, check out my live streams, and I'll see you next time.
That's how you're going to contain this energy. We're
Well,
going to have to
guys,
mute it for you. There's
This is
nothing
awesome.
you can do.
This is awesome because what we did is the best you can do, guys, for the casting that you are going to listen. We were also talking that how you are going to content all the energy that we're going to put, all the emotions that you are going to have. Being muted is a good way, but it's not the way to go, right?
Yeah, that's the only way we can deal with the amount of just noise that's going to come from us together. For those that haven't heard us in the past, we love this game too much to talk about it quietly.
Definitely. Hopefully the sound is now fine. I don't know if we hear each other. Do you hear me from the headphones? I'm not
I
sure about
absolutely
that.
do.
You do? Okay.
I do, and it's nice. It's a very pretty voice you've got there.
Oh, what is this, man? The hype is starting with the hippo.
That's where
we
it's
we
at.
should give a kiss. No, we will see how the evening is.
Maybe halfway.
Okay.
Halfway.
A kiss later, man. A kiss later. A kiss later. Later, when the badabooms and everything is going to happen. Well, we are going to see TheViper and Liereyy in the group stage. What do we can expect from this match, Mr.
Oh,
Turkman?
come on. This is basically just King of the Desert 2. We get our rematch. It went so close from both players. We had Viper take a whole bunch. Then we had Liereyy come back and take a whole bunch. This is the rematch the whole community wants.
So do you think they are going to pick only land maps, or we will see some mixed maps? Because if they pick mixed maps, then King of the Desert 2 sadly is going to be a little bit back. But with the mixed map, who can get the advantage in this matchup?
Look, I think it's pretty well known across the entire community that Viper is just amazing when it comes down to his macro. What he gets out on water maps as well is pretty much unsurpassed. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see Viper take a water map for his first pick, then to see Liereyy ban the rest.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Do you know what is the feeling I have? See, this is group stage. Liereyy has 3 wins.
Unbeaten.
The Viper, yeah, exactly. The Viper has 2, but most likely in it could be the quarterfinals, I believe. I have the feeling that Liereyy gonna try something different today. You know?
I really hope so, because he's tried playing standard against Viper so many times. Yeah. And again, looking back to King of the Desert loss, he lost kind of the first 3. He was just playing his usual groove, and it didn't do it. It didn't get him there. So as soon as he starts mixing it up, that's where we get good.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I really think that also trying some different maps, not going for the standard. Like he loves to do the land maps, but what better opportunity to go today for something different? You know?
Exactly. It's one of those things where this is a matchup where I expect to see these weirder maps that are over super quickly and, you know, come down to definitive answers. Maps like Seize the Hump, anything that where someone can get a nice advantage, get one game under their belt so they're not as stressed for the rest of the series.
Okay. Oh, who is this? Oh my God, Liereyy is there with the smile.
Liereyeyy.
He's with the smile already. Ah, yeah, yeah. Where's the Viper, man? Viper, we need you, man. We need you, man. We need to start the games already. We need to start the game already. Come on, guys. We can talk also. We can talk a little bit with the viewers because we are not gonna get time. Viper is there. We're not gonna get a lot of time. We can talk a little bit with the viewers now. Last day, I was casting. Well, it was yesterday, but Sunday, guys, we got $10,000 donation. 20 minutes without notice.
I know. That's how
20
intense it is in
minutes
here,
without
guys.
notice, man.
We want to give you the best game, give you everything we can. We don't want to miss it. A $10,000 donation won't even distract Mem from how professional his casting is in here.
Oh, come on, man. Don't be a liar, man. Don't be a liar. I didn't notice, man, during 20 minutes. And then I rewatched it. I have to say, I rewatched the VOD and people was only spamming that during 20
That's
minutes.
all we had in the chat.
All
Everyone
we had,
noticed. It was just the people in here. We noticed out in the back room, of course. There was just eyes everywhere, as you would say.
Yeah, but definitely. It was so terrible. But don't worry, guys. I'm going to keep focusing in the game as well. So if something crazy happen, I will not notice it again, man.
And that's what we plan on bringing, guys. We are going to be in this one, head in the game. Hopefully the best cast of pretty much all the days coming up. Hopefully from Mem and myself. This is potentially one of the biggest matchups we've got in the tournament thus far. Everyone wants to know who's going to take this, and I honestly have no clue which way it's going to go. I'm expecting a 3-2 because no one's going to let this go easy.
I love this, man. I almost understood 60% of what you said, man. No, man, I'm kidding.
We're getting better,
I have to tell you guys that I was a little bit worried. Always being honest, because BBQTurkman got an amazing English, like you can see. I'm learning.
I would not call it that.
Of course, I will also.
It's a tedious trip, if anything.
Yeah, I will tell them that I'm learning to say mate. Like
mate!
You see, it's okay?
That's it. It's M,
okay?
And then we've got the number after it. It's the easiest way. Just hit that
I'm learning the
super
Australian
hard.
English, and being here, it's much better than being in the voice chat with the Discord.
Oh,
with
I
anything.
know.
It's amazing being sit down here with the co-caster. It's helping a lot, right?
That's
and the
it.
experience.
We get the dreamy look between each other as well.
Yeah,
We get
but
the
don't
eye
look,
contact.
don't look like maybe like this because the Kappa Pride can be real, man. Okay, Liereyy and TheViper are now gonna go full serious mode activated. I want to see the Kappa Pride now. Come on, guys. Nili is hosting. No, it's me.
Let's
If that's
play.
you.
Oh,
here we go. Swap over.
Drafting,
Let's see what we've got.
Drafting, man. Now we shut up a little bit, and we listen to TheViper.
So we've got Viper on the right, Liereyy
Let's
on the left.
play Coast to Mountain.
Oh, look at the first map from Liereyy.
Liereyy picked the water map.
What I told you. Do you think it's because
You
I'm
ban
sleeping
now, right?
in the same room?
There you go. I wasn't expecting Liereyy to
I
take
ban, he ban. Okay, yeah. I'll ban. Seize the hump.
Sees the hand ban.
That's what I wanted to see.
Oh, you banned twice, I think.
I ban.
Keep up, overlay guy.
Keep up overlay, guy.
I ban.
He's gonna ban
Land
Madness.
Madness.
Land Madness. Woo!
Okay.
And Gold Rush.
Nostradamus in
And
on-
Gold
on
Rush.
point, right? Okay.
We're seeing a lot
Cool,
more
right?
I
water-based maps.
ban.
He's banning all the land.
Slow,
maps.
man.
Yeah. I was expecting this to go the complete opposite way.
I was thinking that he was going to probably ban maybe Race Fortress because
Alright.
Race
I
Fortress
ban
for-
Prairie.
for but
Prairie?
Viper.
Now he pick, I pick, right?
They ban almost
I pick, he pick.
all the similar
Doesn't matter
maps
anyway,
to
does it?
Arabia.
Ah, not really.
It's crazy, man.
El Dorado.
Dorado and the
Ooh.
last.
That's like the second time we'll see this, I think, actually.
What maps left are Fluid Cross. It's
I
gonna be
picked
Fluid
Flood Cross.
Yeah, there we go.
All
You
the-
are
all
on
the
point
weird-
today, Mem.
All the weird picks, all the
Right.
in quotes weird picks, you know.
Have you hosted a draft?
Yeah, he want to practice, man.
All right, we should
Yeah.
have the draft coming up any second here now as well, so we can check into the civs and see what we get out of it.
See, and now with the captains, I learned it, man.
You have learnt this well.
Yeah.
I assume we can just start the draft.
Boom, there's the
I think
draft.
so. He said 14.
Yeah, they can. And there it is.
And here we go, guys. Draft should be up on screen, ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get from him.
It's fine.
Leary's
It's-
first pick.
It's global.
Chinese.
Well,
Expected.
solid choice. I
Up
mean,
in there.
in the first one, if you pick Chinese, Aztecs, Mayans, all those,
Aztec,
it's in the range.
Mayans,
It's in the range.
That's pretty
that you
much
can
it.
pick.
That's going to be your
You
band.
see? There you go.
Classic 1-2 band coming in for Viper. Say goodbye to the Aztecs and the Mayans.
Well, Aztecs and Mayans probably gonna be banned. Well,
That's it.
I'm not sure. Because since there is some, well, Aztecs is also good in water maps because they have faster production with
Absolutely.
the fishing ships. Mayans are Mayans. Why? What to explain?
That's it. Japanese, again, and pretty much top 4 pick of the entire tournament thus far.
So they might be a solid band, and also Japanese.
That's it. The first 4, kind
So-
of 5, are generally really easy
Yeah.
bands for them
So
to take. And
we
pretty
could
much what
say
we expect.
we could say that the real draft start now. basically.
That's
It's
it.
super important now. Well, we can get some surprise always.
And even then, I know there have been a lot of people saying in the chat why they just keep picking civs unless they're going to get banned. And the answer is, if you don't pick them, your opponent gets them. You can't ban 4 civs against your opponent.
Okay, we're gonna put it here. And we focus more, and they see your beautiful face.
Our beautiful faces.
Oh, I'm losing. I'm losing the hair, man. Germany is being too bad for me. Too cold, man. All the hair going to the hell. What can I say? Hello, guys.
All right, so we've got Viper with Aztecs, Mayans, Malay, and Slavs.
Wow.
Currently Liereyy, Chinese, Japanese, Indians.
No, but for
The
now,
Viper's been loving the Malay, actually.
Malay is a super crazy civilization. With that bonus going up 80%, it makes so difficult. Like
That's it. You
to
can
counter.
go up either heaps earlier or 2 villages basically later and still hit on the same time. Mongols, another great pick we've been seeing throughout the entire tournament.
Okay. And this is
And
getting serious.
Huns.
You see how slowly they are now picking the civs. Mongols and Huns.
That's it. We've seen so many times people have been caught out in this tournament by their civ picks already. Enough counter civs showing up that right now they really need to make this work. Because you don't want to be going into the matches before they even start with a disadvantage.
What? Portuguese.
Portuguese?
It's the first time we see it here. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Look at
alright
the smile.
then.
Look at that smile for Liereyy.
Lierey's like, I've either got this
He's
or
in
something's
Liereyy
going
and
on I don't know
he's
about.
starting to think, Organgans? Orjangans?
The Orjangan.
Orjangans? Viper Gans? Okay. Look at the chat. Portuguese.
They've seen it.
All
They know
11,
something
huh?
weird is going on. And Berbers, a stable pick. We've seen them
That's
pretty
good,
much
that's
through
okay.
every draft.
And now imagine the Liereyy pick Khmer.
All right.
Imagine the
There was a
Liereyy go and
gentleman's
pick Khmer.
agreement beforehand.
Yeah. Come on, Liereyy, pick Khmer. I so loud?
What have we
No.
got?
My kid, pick. No, okay. They are close. Okay,
Malians,
Malian, solid.
yeah.
And the last one gonna be for Viper, gonna be Khmer. Let's see. Are we taking notes?
We're taking
love it,
notes.
man. Taking notes for the interview. You want to see a professional interview later? Then stay tuned. You will see Mr. BBQTurkman with the future interview. No matter who is going to win or lose, in another level. Remember my words. Okay. Wow, this is so intense, man. It's intense, and the games didn't start. What we can expect here? Kells, okay, solid.
I love it.
Solid. Kells being picked a lot, guys. Being picked a lot. Okay. Big Khmer and I cry. Big Khmer and I cry. Big Khmer and I cry before the games.
If it's Khmer, this is total disrespect.
Come on, Big Khmer. Come on, the Viper. You can do it.
What have we got?
You can do it. Don't disappoint the crowd. Don't disappoint your fans. Big Khmer.
Spanish. Yeah, that's a strong sig pick.
Damn it. No trolling ball. Okay.
Hey,
Spanish
look,
is
we've
a
got
good one.
Portuguese in there. Look, I'm
Oh,
not going to say they're
Sylvans?
total troll, but still.
It's BAAB, right?
Yeah, okay. Let's wait now because
Okay.
now they have to ban this.
Well, you start.
Here we go. Here come
And
the
then
bans.
Chinese.
Chinese.
Yep, the one.
Okay. Okay.
I ban Mayans
Mayan
and Aztecs.
and Aztecs.
And
The 1-2
Aztecs,
ban
you
from
take
Liereyy.
it. Okay. Mine's an Aztecs. Super respected. Okay. Oh my god, I take everything. Let me take from here. Wait. Here. Yeah.
Mem Total Pro with the
Aztecs.
overlay. Look at this go.
And Mayans. And then Chinese, and now we're waiting for see the last one for the Viper. Come on, man. This is like the lottery when it's gonna be the last number, you know?
What's
You're
he
gonna get
gonna
all the
I ban.
Indians. No, Mongols. It's gonna surprise us. Tick, tack, tick, tack, tick, tack. Come on, Mongols.
Ban Indians.
Oh,
Indians.
Okay. There you go.
There we
Indians
go.
in the house.
So Viper, Malay, Slavs, Portuguese, Berbers, and Spain versus Mongols, Huns, Malians, Celts, and Japanese.
I'm checking over all those civilizations. I like from Liereyy. Solid choice. But, well, he still have Japanese for tight pull. But then, well, Malians can be good. They have bonus for cheaper buildings in terms of
Absolutely.
wood. Also the bonus for the gold. Can be that for water. But then Arabia, what are we going to see? Because if he's going Hans, Viper also has Berber, so or Slavs even.
This is good.
Yeah,
I think this
actually
is really good
we
for
can
Liereyy
play it,
just in
yeah.
terms of the draft at the moment, which is the big piece. Viper definitely out on a limb there. The Malay, the Portuguese, not Civs have really been seeing, but at the same time, this is really where Viper kind of gets into his element. He knows how to play all the Civs. He's good at coming up with different little strategies. And like we've kind of learned, Lierey's really big on his build order. He's really good at playing standard. If he gets pushed out of his comfort zone, that's where he might potentially have a lot of issues here. And this is potentially what Viper could be going for.
Okay. If I don't let them host, they cannot launch, you know? So,
Absolutely.
okay. I think we should mute them. Well, removed. You see, they removed the microphone. 1 and 6, please. There you go.
Not Liereyy. Lierey's ready for some trash talking still.
For that, it's better to mute him, you know? Because, but you know, he's really solid. He's gonna say, nah.
Nah.
You know? You remember
Nah.
yesterday?
Oh,
Epic
man. What a
casting,
casting
man.
combo.
Epic casting. You didn't watch it? Go and watch on YouTube. It's
Watch
there.
the games. The games
Is-
yesterday were just mwah, ace.
Ace. Well, nah.
Nah.
It was incredible. It was really incredible. It was really incredible. Anyway.
All right, we're just waiting for the game to launch up now. For those thinking we're a little
What
bit
that means? What
quiet,
that means? Sorry that I
Go.
interrupt you. About master volume, 70% of the normal volume. Is the volume okay? Tell if the volume is okay, or that not is too loud, or we should go a little bit. I love the T-shirt. Do you love the T-shirt? Well, okay.
boy.
A little bit too loud, you know, just a little. But the audio overall is low. Okay, it's perfect. Don't worry, guys. If it's loud now, this is good level, you know.
And this is us
because
just
later
chilling
it's
out.
it's gonna be stronger.
Remember, we're just hanging watching the
It's
draft
fine.
at this point.
It's
We're about
fine.
to get very emotional in this room.
Yeah, man, if you don't listen, someone say in the chat, clean your ear. But you're gonna listen, don't worry. Anyway, we are joking a little bit. Now we're gonna go serious mode activated really, really soon. The first map is gonna be Arabia. We are still wondering what civilization are going to be. I think the Viper gonna go for Slavs or Berbers, and then Liereyy, Hans or Celts maybe. I don't
Look,
know. Or Mongols. I will go for Coast to Mountain. Maybe they have a lot of hand in the middle. You know, and Spanish, I'm just guessing what is going to happen. But
Here we go.
Going to discover.
Woo! Game one, probably one of the biggest sets people are ready for, I would say, pretty much of the first couple days.
Yeah, man. There you go. And we have, look at this Viper, Spanish.
Spanish straight
Spanish in
away.
Arabia. And Malians. What the hell? The prediction not working. The prediction are literally not working. We have Liereyy in the north with Malians, the Viper in the south with the Spanish. What do you think, BBQTurkman, on my side, and this is Memp, for this civilization choice?
I'm not sure what we're going to see. Was
remember-
that a... What have we got? Was that
What
a
do we
re?
got? I don't know. Well, we're going to find out really soon.
What did we miss here?
What happened? Okay, restore. They are restoring. Something happening. I don't know.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. They are restoring the game. So let's go back to the drafting. Or, well, let's see the players a little bit more.
Got to get those faces on there
Let's
while
go
we
to
can.
the-
Commit them to memory. These are two
Yeah.
of the best players on the scene.
Yeah, well, they have launched right away. I don't think so. It's about the hotkeys, like some people point out in the chat, because they have launched it already. You know. So let's see, man. Let's see what is going to be, and you can see, guys. Look how focused they are. They are serious today. Remember, guys, if you are new in this Age of Empires scene, we can consider clearly that these are number 1 and number 2 actually.
That's it. They've been just playing at such a high level for so long now, across so many maps as well, and probably most recently, both proved themselves just amazing level of players in King of the Desert.
Okay. Well, not
Here we go.
not only in King of the Desert, almost oh man, the restore is there. We have now Malians and Spanish. I'm going to increase the volume if I find it here. Okay, just give me a little sec. There you go, because the volume need to be. Now you listen better.
There we go.
There you
Everyone's got some game sound to be happy with. So towards the north in the blue, playing as the Malians, we do have Liereyy towards the south, playing in the red as Spanish. The Viper are pretty much top 2 picks at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna check now the maps. Look at those cliffs, Mr. BBQ, with the gold, with the stone. The deer is pretty forward. The map for the Viper is not ideal in those
Looking
resources.
at that wood count as well. He's got the one in the back there, but he's got the berries and the pond there to have to deal with as well. Does have the one on the right, but that's looking very open to me. Whereas
Yeah.
Liereyy, on the other hand, he's got kind of one front there he really has to deal with, but or across the edge of the map, shouldn't be too bad.
Okay, I will just take it because for me this is a little bit slow. I need to move this faster. This looks like a better map for Liereyy, don't you think? I mean, look at the wood here. You can, after, of course, Liereyy
Viper's
those
going
boards.
for the steal, though, looking at that already.
He's
He
going
is
there.
scouting out, and he knows where his opponent is. They are so close as
Let's
well,
see, let's
guys.
see
The
if we can
rush
see.
distance.
Let's see if we can see the board going away. We're gonna see the board going away.
Or is he just going to
he's
wait
there.
and try and lame the villager?
Let's wait a little bit. Let's go with the all visible so we can see.
Nope, here we
And
go.
Look at this. He's limited. Imagine if it's hit, man. Do you
Imagine if he
remember
went
that
the double.
that double epic lame that he did. He did actually sometime. That this is a tournament. This is absolutely a tournament, and then you don't want to take the risk.
Liereyy went
Wow.
for one as well.
He was
Both of them going the
board.
lame.
So okay, GG 1-1. We have the lame already. One board is gonna be for both. So it's a counter one.
Nothing here is
Yeah.
fair. This is a $14,000 tournament. Everyone should do everything they need to pull themselves ahead in this. There is a big difference between the number 1 and 2 spot, and that's what we're seeing here. Go the lame, make things happen.
I love it because people was complaining about if there was loud or not. I'm sure that it's loud because
Oh, I
you
am
just-
sure it
you
is
just-
loud enough now.
Because you just killed my ear, and I love to say that because always people say that I'm killing the ears. Now I'm getting killed. I know how they feel, and I don't care. You have to deal with it. Now
we go.
look at those two houses in front. Like I said, it's gonna take.
Is
that
Viper
board.
going back for the second?
Nah,
is he going
but-
to try and get the lane?
Liereyy-
He's
Oh,
brought the villager
he's there
forward!
with the village.
He's got the villager!
Okay, he's there with the village. He's gonna lure it. He's gonna lure, man. He's luring the board. He's gonna.
He's
put
got
the
Loom
scout.
already as well.
Yeah, man. But he also got more HP.
Here comes the block, but he's got
But
the
now
scout there.
No, he's gonna lose the.
He's going to deal with the scout, and that villager should be able to pull it
But
back.
you know what you wanna do, right?
There
He's
is
gonna
next
try.
to no micro on this system, guys. Viper brought his second boar in super quickly, got the steal on the first one there, and look at this. This is what zero lag does to Age of Empires. You get amazing plays like this from the beginning.
Exactly. He's blocking. He's blocking because he cannot take that boar without the scout. That distance is impossible. We'll lose the villager. Not gonna happen now. And this is right now 3 boards for the Viper. With the berries at the back here. He's pushing the deer at the same time.
This is a different level. All right, how's Liereyy adjusting to this? Because obviously the boar, 340 free food at the start of the game. The jacket
going.
comes off. This is game
Keep
1
going,
of the
man.
series.
I'm getting so warm, man,
Ooh,
with this.
feeling
I
it?
cannot keep going. I'm
I'll
feeling,
throw you
man. I'm
off.
feeling. I need to remove this completely. Thank you, man. That was really, really appreciated. But man, well, he's going to compensate that economy with those deals that are pretty close to the berries.
That's the only way to be able to get into deal
So,
with
yeah,
this.
I think he's going to be fine. I mean, Liereyy is going to be fine. He's with Malians. It's cheaper. He's going already for the barrack. And, well, I don't know, man. But, yeah, he can wall here easily. And now it's Spanish. What he's going to do with the Spanish? He's going to
All
go
right.
barrack as well.
So barrack, so it looks like he will be playing that drush
Yeah.
style. Going to have a massive bonus from the extra boar he's got there as well. Plus luring in the deer. He is greedy, but at the same time, he has left nothing exposed. He's done a really good job here. And his drush should be out just a little bit faster in terms of the food count, hopefully.
Yeah, but look at this. He's
Oh, the
here,
barracks
man.
is delayed.
He's delayed a little bit. He's there already with
Oh,
2 militias.
wow. Liereyy
So-
playing... Viper
Viper
is
is
playing
up.
so greedy. He's already going up to the next stage. He's going to get that defensive drush out. Liereyy, though, moving across the map at like 7 minutes 30 with those first militia.
The problem here is he's going up super, super quick. His resources are at the limit, even if he's taking that food. What is he planning? Going to go scouts? Going to go towers? The militias are going there. So now Leo is going to try buying time. But Leo, with this economy, is not the standard one to try to go to for a fast castle. So I really don't know what is Liereyy planning.
Lost the scout to the town center down there
Yeah.
as well, so that's going to be an even earlier blow to Liereyy. Didn't want to have to deal with that one. Viper getting
look.
his defensive militia out, and look at that, no scouting information.
Yeah, he didn't scout anything. Be careful with that militia. Don't lose the other one. Be careful, man. Be careful, man. Don't lose the militia. Well, he didn't, but he's almost bye-bye. Now the bear is here, so he's going to palisade. Oh, hit the gate! I hit the
Whoa.
gate, man. Hit the palisade.
Oh!
Okay, there you go.
Whoa! That's what we expect in these levels of game. And that's the drush entirely dealt with from the get-go. We are way beyond re-level territory here, ladies and gentlemen. Liereyy is going to have to live with this one. And as Viper moved out across the map already with his
Where's the
he's
militia?
going forward with the
He's
villagers.
coming forward, and now he's going forward with 2 villages, 3 militias, the scout, all the advantage. Piper, it's going full aggro, man. Full aggro, man.
He has lamed him at every turn. He knows he's up right now. He managed to deal with all that. I wish I got to see the smile on his face as he got that one in. Liereyy, of course, looking a little bit stressed already with this one, but
What
this
he
is
can
tough.
do here? Well, he's gonna make some house. Here, Lierey's gonna be up to, well, and thanks God, Liereyy managed to go up quite early. Remember, considering the circumstances, you know, but the first tower, taking the gold, taking the stone.
What's
Is
that
there
over
another
on-
goal for the...
There we go. On the west, he
look at
understands
this.
exactly what's happening. Great game read there from Liereyy. Gets his goal down nice and easily. Puts his walls in where he needs it. Of course, not exactly the... It's not the situation you want to be in.
The
but
hills.
considering...
Many hills.
That's
hills.
it.
But considering all what happened till now, he's doing great. And 11 minutes going up is still 2 villages more, which is normal. He has been delayed a little bit. He's walling absolutely everything. This is good play by both. But now, what is Liereyy going to do?
Well, that's it. What's his answer to this tower?
Archers, I
to
believe,
all
no?
of these
He's
towers
with
that are coming
gold.
up at the front.
Yeah,
Is
double
that
archer
stable?
range.
Yep. Oh, no archery range. There we go.
Okay.
I don't even know why I said stable there, actually. That was just a misword. But here we go. Viper's going to notice this. He knows what's going on. And Viper's on stone, so he's going to be going for more towers behind this, getting nice and aggressive, not giving anything.
Where Liereyy should put a tower? Maybe here? I think he should do it. Liereyy is doing the tone watch. Liereyy is doing the tone watch. He still doesn't see that tower incoming. You need a tower there because look at that tower. He's going to take the stone, going to take the berries, and almost he's going to take the wood.
That's it. He's not going to be able to repair to let in here.
No,
And there we go. He should have seen it. He should have just seen it with Town Watch.
He was
finishing
going
up.
to try to move or something, but he just see and palisade the guy. You need to palisade already. Oh, man. He can't click.
There we
He's
go.
too
The
small, he's
garrison.
gonna lose.
Oh, no. They're in on top of the wood line.
Yeah, he's going to
And
lose
it looks
that
like we had a
village.
palisade there just in
careful.
time, but one villager lost.
Yeah.
That scout just kind of hanging out there for a second, though, but we have no doubt he will get the kill on that. Man at armor around the side. And, man, this is bad already. The snake is constricting his prey from the get-go.
Well, he's going literally full aggro. Probably he's going to try, I don't know, well, depending what Liereyy is doing, to tower at home also, and try to reach Castellage as fast as possible, considering his Spanish transition to Kongs. But this is just what we are now guessing. For sure he needs that tower. He's with the berries.
Defensive tower being powered up, but the Spanish, of course, probably one of the fastest building civs out there. This works out very well for them, and he's found the extra gold. Liereyy, you are not safe any longer. Tries to move out with some archers. Needs to get back in the game here. Find some way to push this one. Villager count, of course, very even. 28-28 at the moment. Viper going to be ahead by 1 thanks to his early kill later on. But, let's have a look. The archers are moving out for Liereyy. Hopefully they can find some damage towards Viper's base.
Yeah, Liereyy needs definitely to attack. Why he need to attack? Because even if he's trying to and killing that tower, he has no stone. One stone
tell me
here,
he knows those
the other
villagers are in
stone
range.
here. He might lose that village. You need to go back. You need to go back. He's going back right now, but
Oh,
still
he
in the
gets
range.
it.
No, it's in the range. It's literally in the range. This is what you do when you go tower rush. You need to go one by one, but put both in the range to each other. If not, it's not effective. And this one is a really good one. And now he could go with the village. The problem is that he only have one, so he could take that. Well, he's hitting the Lumbercan. Why? Because he has 4 archers in the house, taking one village, taking the scout. He's going to take those villages. Ay. Thank God he doesn't have the fletching, but he's trying to take it. This is a crazy game already, Turk.
This is good from the get-go. Viper's had to pull his men-at-arms back to be able to just soak up some of that damage from the militia, forcing up the towers at home. So this is very good. This is very, very good for Liereyy. If someone can recover from a strategy like this, it wasn't an all-in from Viper, but it was a lot of commitment.
Yeah, but it's a hard situation for Liereyy. I mean, he has no stone. It's true that he did lose too much, but he's 2 villages behind. He got army, so he need to attack. But fletching is definitely needed, because if you want to kill here, you need even more. With 3 men-at-arms that are still alive, you know, you need the fletching. And let's see, because if he's coming here, Turk,
that's it.
Then Liereyy is in a really terrible position. Oh, he's gonna
here
try.
we go.
Look at this. He walled it.
He walled them in.
Tower, so
That's gonna
now
be
he can
3
take those,
villages for
and now
Liereyy.
he's gonna take this tower down. Oh my God! Look at that battle. He's gonna take those villages and now gonna take the tower down. The hell, man!
This
He's
is how
gonna
you
take
even it up.
Everything back. Liereyy is gonna take all the towers down, taking that village, that tower, and the other tower down. What do you think about that gameplay,
Man,
Turk?
I don't even know how Lierey's managed to turn this one so quickly. This was looking like it was such in Viper's favor, but dealing with the tower, getting a couple of extra vill counts. Liereyy now in front in terms of villager count. We've got the archers down in Viper's base trying to... How can these guys go unchecked? Viper needs a way to be able to deal with them. He's thrown up a range back at home, but will it be enough?
Yeah, look at that gate here covering the tower because he's milling those deers. He's awesome. He's absolutely awesome. He still need the fletching. That he has the resources. No, man, Liereyy is at the limit with everything. At the limit, but now he got the stone back. He's awesome, man. It's amazing.
He can defend. He can defend
exactly.
now.
And how in this situation he has make the trick here and recover 35, and he's leading. So he took 3 villages in that fight.
Wow, that's a huge turnaround so quickly. Viper, obviously his strategy at this point, he needs to hit this gold on the side, kind of push him away. He's got those towers towards the front that are still up.
Man,
But
oh man,
no,
oh man!
this could be another 4.
Oh, come on. 4 Billy is going
There we
to be
go.
down
There's
for the
one.
Viper. He's taking one. He's taking two.
Two.
Don't reaction. Gonna take the third. And now Liereyy
Look at the stutter
is
step. He doesn't
super
want
ahead.
anything.
Whoa. Did you see? Whoa, man. On point, Liereyy, right?
Oh, Liereyy, again, guys, this is where the game sense comes into it. This is absolutely beautiful play. He had his archers in the right spot. He knew if a push was going to come in, it was going to be towards that gold. Undefended, hard to get away, and he managed to catch the villagers that were on their way in.
Economy thought Viper still gathering the food. Look at the goal. And Liereyy still even better, man. And with army.
That's
he's
it.
even adding a stable. Do you think he's gonna go full fiddle? Considering the situation, he knows
It's
that
absolutely
Viper,
optional.
Yeah, that Viper is without army, man. 18 army, 6 triple the military.
It's actually a really,
Scouts.
really good question. Are we seeing any scouts in play? Because look at that. Liereyy is getting quite close to clicking up to Castle Age. Did he want to have it instead of the Blacksmith? I'm imagining, no, he really would have wanted Fletching. Oh, there we go. Blacksmith is already down.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
fact,
he's there. He
Fletching
has
on
the
it.
Fletching. He has the
Good
Fletching
stuff. So
already.
he has definitely thrown it down to... I would assume he wants to get some scouts out into play just to predict Viper's skirmisher change.
I don't know, man. I think no,
There
he's
we
doing
go.
a scout. He's doing a scout. I mean, he doesn't need to mass a lot because if he just make 2-3 scouts with
That's
the
enough.
amount of archers he has, he can just go, man. And resources, Viper can make the market and then he will buy some resources and probably go up. But still, 6 villages more. And look at that army, man.
Oh, and the thing is, the army for Liereyy, it's all been finding its worth. It hasn't been standing around doing nothing. Hasn't been just kind of patrolling the area. This has just been absolutely brutal. Lierey's found every opportunity he can get in, do any damage possible, and that's how he's managed to push himself ahead.
Yeah, he's doing towers on all the resources, right, Turk? You can see.
Yep,
He's
ahead.
covering absolutely everything. He only can cover with those because if we check the army, he doesn't have army and oath to defend. Well, basically, few skirmishes. Doing the market, that is cheaper, remember, resources are good. Viper need the market as well, or we'll be a little bit behind.
I'm looking at the sneaky attack from Liereyy coming around the side
Oh,
there.
the
Whether he wants to
sneak.
wrap
Oh
around
my
behind,
lord.
try and get onto the wood line, get a couple of kills and get out of there. Maybe sacrifice a couple of archers just to put an extra nail in the coffin. But there we go. Liereyy clicking up to castle.
Look
Is
here.
that a hole?
Look here.
It's a hole.
Look here, man. Look here. It's a hole for
Show
the
him
Viper.
how close those archers
It's
are.
a hole for the Viper. If Liereyy... Do you remember King of the Desert final that Liereyy was going and then he clicked it inside but then went back? If he's now doing this, I'm going to kick him from my room.
That's it. The
I
pathing
mean,
will figure
oh
it
man,
out.
Look at this. Look at this. Well, he maybe want
He's
to go
going to know
here.
they're there. Will Viper check his holes now to make sure?
Look
There
at
we go.
Viper.
He knows
He
they're
can
there.
see it.
He pulls the units.
Lierey's
does he know
coming,
the hole?
Lierey's is coming. But if you click, the archers will go
That's
directly
it.
there. Viper
The
is gonna
pathing
notice.
will get
Viper is
you.
gonna notice. Viper is gonna notice. Viper is gonna notice. He do not notice. The archers
I don't
are
think he
getting
notices.
inside. He's getting. Liereyy! Get inside or I kill you, man! He's going out of. Oh, no! Get inside!
There's a hole there.
There's a hole. Get
Look at
inside!
this. Viper just about revealed it to him. No, he's clicked in. Does he
He's
know?
going in or not? Go in!
What?
Go in, man! Well, he's gonna make some damage on third man. Please, I need a pill. I need an aspirin. I need something. He's open, and he's open.
There we go. We know.
Keep
The
the
skirmishes
skirmishes
went
are
through.
there,
Viper
man.
knows. Liereyy knows.
You continue the cast.
Have a drink. But they both know now. They know the hole's there. Viper needs to get that one sealed up. His skirmishers are in position, but Liereyy, on his way to Castle Age, doesn't want to throw away any of these archers yet. He needs to get him into castle, needs to get crossbow, needs to get his extra ups, and then he'll be able to push it. But there we go. Viper's got the palisade on. He remains safe for now.
Look at me. Do you know what is this? Man rage, man. Man rage. Now, seriously, if he get inside, he got 6 skirmishers, 30 archers, 29 archers. He will kill everything.
That's it. He can
He
deny the
will
farms on
kill
the side.
everything,
He
man.
can begin to deny the lumber there as well because there was no defensive tower up. So moving off there would have basically seized half of Viper's economy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, he has the crossbows, he has no bows, so he's still with the advantage. He has 6 villages more, a lot of army. He should go for more crossbows, man. He got crazy. Oh, he's inside. Look at this. But
There
now
we
he
go.
has a
Crossbows
tower.
breaking through those palisades so quickly. But that's the important part. The defensive tower is now up.
Look at his resources. He's gonna make a castle and conquer.
Of course he
Where
is.
to make
Spanish.
the castle? Here will be the castle. To
Right
cover-
on the hill.
to
Defend
cover
the gold.
defend the
Defend
wood,
the extra stone.
the stone, another stone. The castle is gonna have. Imagine if it, yeah,
There we go.
It's expected. It's really, really expected. Well, he got a beautiful advantage. He's still with the advantage there. But if now Viper managed to make few conks and mangonels, I want to see some badaboons.
That's it. If he gets some good hits straight on top of these crossbows, archers in Feudal, we know, look, they're hard to get rid of. Skirmishers are going to do a good job, but you can't wipe 20 of them at a time with a mangonel. Moving up into castle makes this a much more deadly matchup. And some pathing there might get... there we go. The pathing getting Viper into trouble yet again.
Yeah. Well, they are close to us, and we are screaming like crazy, but they don't listen to us, because we said about the whole, like, 20,000 times, and he still didn't notice, right? He still didn't notice. Anyway, the population difference you see, and it's crazy, absolutely crazy. But the problem is that population is basically with the army. It's true that he has 10 villages more. And
there's
now
another
he's ready
villager.
more. Exactly. I don't know. He's booming? Yeah, he's booming a little bit. He's cleaning
Oh,
everything.
absolutely. He's got entire map control at this stage. There's no reason not to commit into a little bit more of an economic play behind this. He doesn't need to pressure.
Well,
he's put himself in the good spot already.
Yeah, and well, so maybe he don't need to go aggro. And he's in Mayan. Oh, but the siege workshop is there.
There we
were
go.
Talking. And Liereyy can imagine that the castle might be somewhere. He's gonna find it soon, but if he's not finding the Kongs and the Com and the Mangonosauri will come and find
He's
him.
got to predict it. He
Yeah.
knows Viper's been on stone pretty much the entire game. There haven't been any extra towers coming up. He's seen that Viper's even been holding back at base. Hasn't put up too many he hasn't had to.
Yeah, well, let's see. We're waiting to see what Liereyy next step is going to be. 51 population, 93 is double
That's
the
a
pop,
huge
man.
difference.
It's double the population.
Camel's
man.
already out in play. He's got his own defensive Mangonel out there too. Like I said, Liereyy can just play
but
this
look,
one defensive.
but look at this. Look
Here
at
come
this
the
now.
Kongs.
The Kongs are coming. This is gonna be super easy to break. Well, it's break already because this is not even finished. Now he need to move 10 villages. He need to go away. Please wall this with a stone, or you're gonna be in trouble.
Here come the camels. We
But
did
look-
see
no,
this
but
in the
those
last
camels-
matchup though.
Yeah, but those camels are really
Yeah.
zero upgrades.
They just did not sit up. I think it was Fire versus Nicov. We saw basically the Kongs. They just ran around those camels and they just couldn't be dealt with at the end of the game.
Okay, one village down, two villages down. It's starting to lose some villages.
That's it.
and
3
Liereyy
Kongs
still-
is all it
Uh-oh.
takes.
Uh-oh, but if Liereyy getting closer here, come on, man. How many villages gonna take? He's taking one village down.
Potentially going to get a sec. There's a second.
3 probably.
Whoop,
Oh,
no,
well,
gets out of there
he
just
could
in
have-
time.
yeah, could
Over
have
in
taken
Leary's
more.
base. Let's do the count. I see another
Nah,
one.
he took already everything.
That's about it.
Ouch, but now he's coming with the
Oh,
Mangonel and
no.
crossbows.
The 3 Kongs.
Okay, 94, 51 population, a lot of crows and the Mangonel. And now what is he going to do? Repairing the Mangonel? Okay, that's good.
Absolutely. Keep that one alive for now. Kind of denies any big mass up of units. And it looks like Viper was starting to drop a second town center there as well. So he will be able to start getting up in terms of his military count. But at the moment, Liereyy just snowballing so far ahead.
Well, he's doing stable, but I think he could make here a monastery just to convert and also heal his own units. The Mangonel was trying to make some good shot, but he didn't. With the Mangonel and Crodos, he's gonna make all the damage. Ay, ay, ay. Well, outpost here. Let's put fog of war, and we see. Ouch.
Oh, man, get the repairs on that one again. That was a really sneaky play from Viper there. Tried to get the unit where he could. Camel's moving in, trying to again take out that Mangonel before too much happens, but the Kongs going to push them away.
Okay, well, we are just waiting because the tension is, you can feel the tension here.
It is in the
chat.
air.
Yes, exactly, man. Couple of outposts. The good thing here for Leo is not only that he has the advantage with the economy, he has a lot of army. So he could try to just to go to the transition to Imperial. Do you think this is what he's trying right now?
Look, it's absolutely the option, and even to solidify that a little bit more, we've got stone walls coming up around the side as well. Liereyy doesn't want to give an inch. He's worked hard to get in front at the moment and doesn't want to throw any of it away. He's just sitting with his army. He knows right now he doesn't need to make the move. Viper's the one that needs to pick up from here.
And he's trying to go and raid with 4 Kongs. It's true that he doesn't have a Liereyy. A lot of defenses at home. You can see he doesn't have towers. He's doing here a mining camp, so those villages are exposed and probably going to be the next target and gonna die. He's still with a lot of army. The Mango is, no, he can lose both. Now he open formation. There you go.
Whoop, it's a good one.
Yeah, but now the Kongs are there, and the Mangonels are lonely.
Oh,
he
gets
took
the
it.
kill. Will
Yeah,
the
but
Kongs
gonna
finish
lose.
up the second one?
But gonna lose, you see?
And the Kongs even it up.
Ouch.
Oh, the
Double
outpost
down.
from Liereyy. Look at this. This is how well he's playing, guys. He's looking for every opportunity he can take. He's seizing map control. He's seizing every type of vision he can behind this. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, well, but Viper is doing what he can do. He's trying to counter-attack, but here, how to stop this? Well,
That's the thing. How do you stop this onslaught of Liereyy?
well, it's true that he cannot attack more. He cannot go farther because of the castle, but maybe he'll try to go push from this area. Why did you go here? Don't be stubborn. Ignore that area, go to this one and take the TC, also the farmer. All his economy basically is here. He's now starting to build here, and now one man gonna down for the Viper, and
A good hit,
Be
but not
careful.
enough to make a difference.
Okay, he's trying to go back a little bit. Look at those crobbles. The Mangonel is coming. You have to be careful, Liereyy. You have to be
Get
careful.
the hit.
But got it. Ouch, and that Mangonel
That's
is still
low, but
alive.
sacrifices the Mangonel, sacrifices the Conk there as well. And those Conks, they can't find anything raiding at the moment. Leary's walls, they may not be the tightest walls in the world, but they are enough to hold back the Viper.
Well, he's still with a huge advantage. It's even increasing, you know. 73 villies, 54. And military, 41-13. We will see if Viper can make some mic, but the only mic that I think he can do is this. Add another castle. 100 stone more. Imagine a castle here.
Oh, that's feeling very DauT Castle from the get-go.
But why Liereyy is there? I think he's smelling the castle, maybe?
Oh, he knows this is where the drop could happen, absolutely. The Conk's coming around, and look at this. Game sense from Liereyy. He's in the right position. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, and that should be the last Conk down as well. Perfect positioning, and that's why he was back there.
And I love this, man. I love this because if you don't want to get also a castle there, make some buildings. You make
That's it.
Few houses, and then he cannot drop it. Oh, Liereyy doing the wheelbarrow at this point. Hello, Nicov. And look at this. Look at this. But he forced him. He cannot make the castle there. The castle here would be ideal. But look at the castle here. I love you, Nicov, okay? And look at the wood. Mangonel Crobs. Ooh, she's gonna open formation or not? Go
This
back
is a
little
lot of
bit.
Mangonels from Viper. If he can turn it around, this is the moment. Should be able to get the castle up as long as his Mangonel micro is good. But look at that. Liereyy was out of there. Gets 1 for nothing.
Well, this is the moment of the game. If he's not getting that castle
There's the
up,
second.
then the Viper will take it. Let's see.
Those camels should be able to deal with it now.
Ooh, the Mangonel! Oh, man! What the hell? Do you see
That's
that
a good
is
shot.
happening, man?
Is it enough to deny the castle, though? The
It's
castle
not a
has
node,
been denied.
But the bada boom was real, man. Okay. No, man, it's not a node, but look at those. When the Mangonel is just shooting, it's such a pleasure, man. I love it. I
It's
just
just the
love it.
easy